Hello, these spectacular specimens of humankind, you happy-go-lucky scamps of individuals. Welcome on into the cult of Vane, the home of hedonism, here on this place that we call twitch.tv/Vane. Welcome on in. How you doing? It's a Monday. How was your weekends? Doing right? Doing okay? Doing all tickety-boo, the cheeky little devils? I'm having one of those days today, friends. I'm giving you a forewarning. Forewarning, I'm having one of those days. One of those days where I can't focus. Nothing seems to be going right. I'm getting pissed off at the most inane, random shit. And every so often throughout the day, I'm just having a little glimpse, a little moment of perspective. And I just get a little bit annoyed with how certain, very few, but certain aspects of my life have turned out. So there was like a 98% chance that I was gonna cancel tonight's stream entirely, and then I was like, no, just fucking press go live. The community always make you happy. Just press fucking go live. So you're good. You're good, friends. You got that 2%. You got that 2%, which was just like, no, Val,
No,
fucking do it. All right.
Most kind.
Rach coming in with the prime, you cheeky devil, for the 33 months. You managed to get that 2% today, friends. That cheeky little 2%. Rach, I shall now inscribe your name on the mirror of Vane. By having your name on the mirror of Vane means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil, and of course you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know? Thank you very much for choosing to use your Prime here. You could use it anywhere on Twitch. I'm very thankful. Very thankful you choose to use it here, you cheeky little devil. How's it going, friends? How you doing, Milky Pock? Hello, Lunicorn. How's it going, Trash Panda Ho? I keep saying Trash Panda Ho, but it's not. It's Trash Pand Ho. Pand Ho, Valen. Pand Ho. Good lord. Dabber Cogsworth, hello, you cheeky devil.
Most kind.
Shane Sunshine. Coming in with a gift sub to community-sized cock.
Yeah, you subscribe.
Not any old cock. The community-sized cock. And gifting a sub out to the community there as well, you beautiful individual. Can I fit it in? Can I fit it in? Can I fit it in? I can. We're good. We're all right. And then one into the community. Fantastic. That's unbelievably kind of you. Thank you very much, Shade and Sunshine, you beautiful individual. Both the community member and a community-sized cock are now inscribed upon the mirror of Vane. By having their name upon the mirror of Vane, it means they get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat. Of course, they get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know? It's also warm. It's also warm. It's also really warm, which is making my irritable nature even more irritable. But yeah, it's fine. You people get it. Why did you wait for me to put it down? God, Chugs! I see you. I see what you did there, you cheeky little devil. 65 months waiting for me to put down the big fuck off mirror. I'm only messing. Whoop. By having your name on the mirror of any means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, of course you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? Well, god damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know? Yeah, now. Whoop. Getting my reps in, fucking, yeah, that's me. Whoa, pumping that iron. That's what I do, yeah, ooh. How you doing, Dabber Cogsworth? Are you gonna behave today? Is that true though? Are you actually gonna behave today though? Are you actually gonna behave, or are you trying to lull me into a false sense of security? All right, Razor coming in with a tier 3.
New Valen, pick up that enormous mirror. You know which one I mean.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. This enormous mirror. This enormous mirror. Razor. Your name is inscribed on the tier 3 mirror of Vane for the 4 years. 4 years, Razotta. Good lord. That is wild. By having your name on the tier 3 mirror vein means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, true cheeky devil. That's for tier 4 subscribers. All right, you're still a tier off. Good lord. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes, including the tier 2 Pokemon emotes with my face on them, and the tier 3 cursed emotes. But, as always, the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, I wish they'd bring around cloning. So when someone says, go fuck yourself, I literally could. Ooh, harra, sexy, oh yes, me, yeah, you know? You know, you beautiful bean. Oh my lordy. Ah, dear me. Dear me, friends. I am really sweaty today. But we're doing all right. We're doing okay. I managed to press go live, so that is my little victory. My little victory today. I pressed the fucking go live button. All right. Oh my lordy. Killer Queen Rage, thank you very much for getting me to pick up the big mirror again in order to write the word big mirror onto the mirror vein. Oh good lord. Big mirror, your name is inscribed upon the big mirror of Vane. By having your name upon the mirror of Vane, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not bum Snapchat. Of course, you get access to all the sexy little emos, but the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But goddamn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy, ooh, yes, me, yeah, you know? You know, thank you very much, Rach. Oh my God, friends, what are you doing? What is going on? Yeah, I haven't even been live like quarter of an hour yet. Look at you. Good lord. Lucifer's Ace, how you doing, you beautiful individual?
Subscribed. Most kind.
Fourth carriage connected.
Razor gifting a sub to Cursed Mirror. I put that one back up on the wall today. It's still cursed. Maybe that's the reason why I'm feeling a bit weird today. Because I put the mirror back up on the wall and suddenly I've been cursed. Oh my lordy.
Hand it to my ego. Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
Oh look, it's an impromptu erection. Quick, stroke it.
I was ignoring it. Astra. I was ignoring it.
Hand it to my ego.
I was ignoring it.
Hand it to it.
A man is walking through the woods when he sees a bear charging at him. He knows he can't outrun a bear for long, so he starts praying, Dear Lord, I beseech thee. Please, oh Lord, please let this bear be a Christian. The bear catches up to him, knocks him down on the ground, then gets on its knees and says, Dear Lord, thank you for this food I am about to receive.
Fair. Thank you very much, Under the Panderings, Astra, and Stupedia. I've inscribed the name Cursed Mirror upon the mirror of Vane, though it's the wrong one because the cursed mirror is through the other room, but still, I've inscribed it on this mirror of Vane. Maybe this will make this mirror cursed, who knows? But the most important thing, God damn it, I can't even remember what I need to say. By having your name upon the mirror of Vane means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not bum Snapchat. Of course, you get access to all the sexy little emos, but the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But goddamn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy, oh yes, me, yeah, you know? Yeah, now, you cheeky devils. Good lord. Shags has redeemed a whimsical fact. I'll get straight on that now, otherwise I'll forget.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most
What is
kind.
going on? I see what's going on there. I see what's happening there. But first, whimsical fact about sex. Did you know that the ancient Romans used a special brothel token to pay for sex? To defeat the language barrier faced by soldiers stationed throughout the Roman Empire, the army came up with these tokens, which feature a full range of sexual activities and positions. The coins, also known as spintrae, have a different value based on the sexual activity depicted. All soldiers had to do was point and pay. And the demonstrations they've got in the picture there that I can't show you is doggy style and like reverse cowgirl. Those are what they've got going on there. There you go. There's your whimsical facts about schmecks. Oh my lordy. Thank you very much for that, Shags, you cheeky devil. Right, picking this bloody thing back up again. Rach, thank you very much for delivering. for gifting that sub to Delicious Tart.
Yeah, you subscribed.
And Razotter.
Most kind.
Razor gifting a sub to Greatest Showmans. Showmans. Their names have been inscribed on the mirror vein. By having their name on the mirror vein, it means to get access to my personal Snapchat, not bomb Snapchat. Of course, you get access to those sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? Well, god damn, do I make rough look good?
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
Rach, thank you very much for giving a sub to Moist. A moist, delicious tart. It's the only way to do it. If you're going to have a delicious tart, it better be a moist one, alright? Moist! Your name is also inscribed upon the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein image, you get access to my personal Snapchat, not bomb Snapchat. Of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But god damn, do I make rough look good?
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
Abacogseth, gifting a sub out to the community, you beautiful being. Mid-speech and all, at least you didn't wait for me to put the mirror down. At least you didn't wait for me to put the mirror down, you know? I've inscribed their name on the mirror vein. I'm not calling them out just in case they're lurking, because I haven't seen them say hi in chat yet. I haven't seen many people say hi in chat yet, to be fair. But their name is now inscribed on the mirror vein. By having their name on the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not bomb Snapchat. Of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But god damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know? Friends, if you have got hype train emotes, could you please throw them out now to say a massive thank you to all those people that subbed, that gifted sub, that throw all those cheeky little bitties out there. That's super fucking kind of you, friends. God damn it. Bloody hype trains out of nowhere. No one's ready for them. No one's knowing what's going on. Oh, I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you subscribed.
What? Hold, no.
Most kind.
Pick it up, put it down. Pick it up, put it down. Pick it. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. I can feel it building. Hold on. The light is not helping. Neither is the outside. It's just gonna tickle my nose. That's fine. That's great. That's what we need. Chag's gifting us up to pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down.
You subscribed.
And Dapper Cogsworth gifting a sub to Pastavan. I'm sure I've seen them say something in chat today. I have. No, we're good. We're all right. We're okay. Thank you very much, Dapper Cogsworth and Chags, for that. This is a really odd angle as well to hold it at while I'm writing. Your names have been inscribed on the mirror vein. By having your name on the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not on Snapchat. Of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But god damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. Right, enough of this. The train's gone. It's choo-choo the fuck out of here. It's gone. Choo-choot. Goodbye. Arrivederci. Brilliant bloke, Harry. Alf Wiedersehen. Love that guy. Alf. Brilliant bloke, you know. Right, I'm still saying hello to people. Yeah. Astra, moisture. Well, now you feel that way. I'm not surprised. It's a very moist. Moisture. Is that the way you're feeling? Tantalizing. Well, don't worry. That moisture will certainly clear up with this smolder. Getting all deep and personal, getting all close and personal, cheeky little devil. My God, what do you like? What do you like, you insatiable good Lord? You know? Oh my God. Very well. Very well, Dapper Cogsworth. Oh my dear Lord. Right, how the fuck do I do this? Remind yourself, Val, come on. This one? This one? This one? Yes. Set everything to the lowest settings. All right. All right. All right. Okay. See how it is. See what's going on there. See what's going on there. Authenticator redeeming Shodono with speech. Friends, you have already been far too bloody kind to me today. All right. You are all of you, every single one of you are too bloody kind to me anyway. So there is no obligation or expectation to donate in any way, shape or form. You can well and truly keep those little pennies in your pockets. All right. However, the rules declare that as soon as Dono with speech is redeemed,
hand it to it, hand it to
I need to
it.
say it.
Valen, your neck cutlery is looking fabulous today.
Thank you, thank you. My neck cutlery is it makes me feel good in my little soul. It makes me feel very good in my little soul. It has to be said. Neck cutlery on board it. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you very much. The 100 panda rings, friends. We are still raising money to get me a brand new boiler, which is our central heating system here in the UK. Because I need to get one before winter. That's the be all and end all. I need to get a new boiler before winter. At the moment it's doing all right, but as soon as winter comes in, I have to put the
most kind.
I have to put the central heating back on. I am going to be quite fucked. As is Chunk, we're going to be quite fucked. So I need a new boiler, and we're doing it in stages. We've done stage 1, 2, and 3. We're currently on part 4, as you can see. And every single time we get to the end of one of the stages, I give you a reward of some description. At the end of this one, the end of this stage, we will be booking in a Bob Ross stream. We'll be doing a Bob Ross stream, but a little bit different, because I have never been known to do things quite like everybody else does them. So expect something a little bit different. Sergey Overlord, how you doing, Cheeky Devil? The real battleground, yeah. Yeah. This is my house. This is decorated like Prince Fuck the Moulin Rouge. Authenticator, thank you very much for redeeming Shodono with speech. I now need to do Dabber Cogsworth gifting another gift sub out into the community. The train's gone. The train's gone, you cheeky devil. The train's gone. Good lord. But I will inscribe their name upon the mirror vein all the same. I have their name upon the mirror vein. It means to get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils. And of course, you get access to all the sexy daily emotes, but the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Ooh, yes, me. Yeah, you know? Yeah, no? Ooh, right. Hydrate, friends.
Oh, you followed me.
Because
you little stalker.
thank you very much for the follow, you beautiful individual. Normally I don't call people out in case they've been chatting, but you've been chatting, so Sergey Overlord, thank you very much for that follow. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Damn, that's cool. May I steal some ideas? Yeah, go for it. Looks like you've gone for drapes on the wall instead of paintings or wallpaper. So all of these are mirrors.
Hand it to my ego. Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
Interesting fact,
Ooh.
ants don't have lungs.
Oh, what?
They instead breathe through spiracles, 9 or 10 tiny openings, depending on the species.
Yeah, aren't they like in between their limbs as well? It's like in between all of their legs. It's like breathing through your armpit. I just hope they don't have any kind of smell factors in there going on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's a little bit dirty. Good Lord. Thank you very much, 100 little band rings, you beautiful bean. Yeah, so all of these are all mirrors, Circuit Overlord, because, I've been streaming nearly 7 years now, and effectively, we started doing, well, about 6 years ago, we started writing people's names on the Mirror of Vane. So every single time somebody subscribes, I write their name on a Mirror of Vane. If it's a tier 1, I write it in gold. If I tier 2, I write it in black, so that it stands out a little bit more. And tier 3s get their own special mirrors. And all of the walls are covered in this room. All the walls. All of this wall. All of this wall. All of this wall. And then there's like either side of the curtains there are all filled with mirrors. So it's pretty wild. Pretty wild, to say the least. But I do like my drapes. I do like my mirrors. I do like my fun and bougie
Hand it to
lighting.
my ego.
Yeah.
Hand to it. Hand to it.
Why is there gold blowing through the wind? Because it's August.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What upsets me probably more than the joke, Zabadian, is the fact that I got it. The fact that I actually understood it. Oh my god. Thank you very much for the 100 little panderings. Good lord. Right, I'll say hello to everybody now. You don't get it. AU is the periodic table symbol for gold. And a gust is a blow of wind. Element humor, exactly. Good lord. Good fucking lord. Where was I? How's it going, Giles? How are you doing? Hope, I'm very warm today. It is unbearably hot, and I'm already irritable. So the heat is just making me more irritable. Although saying that, I've been very like the past half an hour that I've been hanging out with all of you. It's just been fun and games, you know. But I can feel the heat. I can feel it, like in a really uncomfortable manner, you know. Normally you can kind of acclimatize to it. Today I'm not acclimatizing for some reason. Wasn't wearing my headphones when the music started, so I just heard this faint sound that sounded like hissing and got very worried that the HDD was dying. Oh no! Oh no, Milky Park. Right, I'm gonna whip down a wee bit, friends, and try and catch everybody. Eris, how you doing?
Hand to it. Hand to it.
My wife and I just had a daughter and named her June, July, August. We call her Summer for short.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hand to it. Hand to it.
What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean?
I've never had a
paid to
garbanzo
have
bean
a
on my face.
garbanzo bean on my face.
Yeah, I know that. I know that one. And unsurprisingly, to the surprise of nobody, I know that one. Stupidia and Zabadian, thank you very much for 100 little panderings there.
Most kind.
Is there not the full name? The full name? No, Rach, not the full name. Not Bitch Tits River Girl. No, Bitch Tits River Girl. No. Or Arwen, as most people know. Right.
Subscribed. Most kind.
There it is. There it is. Oh, good lord. Bitch Tits and River Girl. Both of your names have been inscribed on them by any means. You get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing, you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? Yeah, now. You cheeky little devils, you. Jesus. Ugh. Heavy fucking mirror. Update on the whole 2 runs ad things question from Thursday. Just got 2 sets. One when I joined the stream, now due to the ads running. So wonder if that's why. That's interesting. That's really interesting, Eris, because I thought that maybe the 2 sets of ads thing was because I pressed run 3 minutes of adverts to circumvent the wait at the beginning of the stream. But I didn't do it today because I specifically didn't want anybody to get 2 sets of adverts. And you still got 2 sets of adverts. You still got like 6 minutes of adverts. That's really fucking weird. I'm going to have to reach out to Twitch about that, I think, because I can't be the only person suffering that. How's it going tonight, Raven? Hello, you beautiful bean. Difficult to tell. Seems like finally caught post-concert lurgy, and I'm not about it. No. Rest up. Rest up. Do everything you can. Goofy thing for another stream I watched, his fridge recently died and now it's running gag that it exploded, so making an animation of exploding fridge. Huzzah! We love exploding fridges. How you doing, Authenticar? Hello, you beautiful bean. Miss the headbang emote. Chunk had a headbang emote once upon a time. I definitely don't have a headbang emote. I don't think I've ever had a headbang emote, not that I remember. To be fair, it'd be there if I had one. Did the cherries turn into the cherry bombs? Cherry bomb. That one? That kind of thing? Yeah, maybe. The nearest spicy is dialed up to 11. Yeah, today's been a real struggle. I'm not gonna lie to you, today has been a real fucking struggle. And I like to be honest about these things, because many people gaze at my happy-go-lucky, peculiar variety of a human being existence, and they're like, Val Vane, he's always happy. He's always joyous. What a happy-go-lucky scamp he is. He's always in a happy mood. Oh yes, he definitely is. And that, I think, to be honest with you, that was part of the reason why I pressed go live tonight, because I like to be genuine. I like to be straight up and honest all of the time. And my life is as good as I can possibly make it, but it definitely isn't all fucking roses. And today's been a real struggle. Today's been a genuinely real struggle. Not wanting to get on with shit and not being able to, because my brain just can't fucking focus. I sit down for 2 minutes and I start reading some shit or researching some stuff or preparing like the next Questionable Game Emporium video or preparing the next video I want to roll out onto YouTube and doing all that stuff, and then like literally within 4 seconds I am doing something else. It's got fuck all to do with anything, and it's just been so... It's been irritating. It's been an irritating day. And then every so often, I just daze off into the sky and be like, oh, look, I've got no idea what the fuck is going on in my life. Oh, shit. Oh, look, I'm going to remember something about my existence that I wish I didn't have to remember right at this moment in time, because I have many, not regretful thoughts. I have many feelings about how they could have gone better, and little irritations of the fact that certain things haven't gone as well as I was hoping they were, and the fact that even now, after 7 years of Twitch streaming, there's still instability in my life, you know, like all of these things, all of the usual shit that everyone fucking goes through. Well, today's my turn. Today's my turn, friends, which is the reason why I said, like I said, I was like 98%. I was literally up until like started putting my face on at 10 to 7. For those people that are across the world, my stream goes live at 7 p.m. and I started putting my face on at 10 to 7, which is unfucking heard of. I normally put my face on sometime between 6 and 6:15, so that I've got plenty of time to get everything set up, get everything ready, take photos, do all of the go live posts, do all that shenanigans. And today I was just, I even about 5:30 tonight, I was like, I'm gonna go away, I'm gonna watch an anime and just leave my phone down here and just fucking shut the world out for a few minutes and just watch some random episode of anime. And every single episode that I pulled up, every single one wasn't right. Not that there was anything wrong with it, it just wasn't right. And you know what? I know full well when I say that, everybody in this community is like, yeah, we know what that's like. We know what that's like. A series that I've been watching for months wasn't right. An episode I've been genuinely looking forward to releasing wasn't right. Just wasn't fucking right.
That's kind.
So yeah, today's just one of those days. Today's one of those days. And I hope that it finishes today, because I've got exciting things going on for the rest of the week. Thank you very much, Jamjar, you beautiful bean. I'll write them on the mirror vein momentarily. How you doing, you beautiful bean?
Hand it to my ego. Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
To keep the tone Valen themed, Smex educational, remember every wang is a tail, but not every tail is a wang, because the genital area is all euphemisms.
It is. It's very true. That is all very, very true. Yeah, 100%. Mr. Trilby, how you doing, you beautiful bean? What was I saying?
Hand it to my ego. Hand it to it.
Gone.
Hand it to it.
2 sperm are swimming side by side. One says to the other, how far to the fallopian tubes? I don't know, but we just passed the esophagus. What does the mafia and a pussy have in common? One slip of the tongue and you're in deep shit.
And only if they don't clean their asshole. Good lord. Don't tongue punch a dirty asshole. Come on now. Come on now. Good lord. I thoroughly enjoy a good asshole tongue punching. Tongue punching that fart box. But only if it's clean. Wrong anime, which is definitely exactly what most of my afternoon was when I sat down to try and distract myself. Your name is now inscribed on the mirror vein. By having your name on the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat. Of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But God damn, don't make rough look good. Ooh, harra, sexy. Oh, yes, me. Yeah, you know? Yeah, now Ninja Kaz coming in with 30 streams in a row. You've been streaking through here. I can't say I blame you. It's too bloody warm for clothes today. Too bloody warm for clothes today, you beautiful bean. How you doing, Danae Raven? I'm going to try and whip down, friends, because I'm so fucking far behind. Shaden Sunshine, Lucifer's Aces. Hello, you beautiful beans. Panda Ho, you beautiful Indo. Pand Ho. Valen, Jesus Christ. You're not the first to try and say it. Yeah, I do my best, but my brain goes too fast, you know? You know how it be. You know how it be. Community-sized cock is the main reason you breast go live, right? Yeah, that's right. I just like the way it feels in my mouth. I mean, what? Find it amusing that it was community-sized cock that Valen wasn't sure would fit in. Touche, Astra. Touche. Lunicorn, how you doing? It's very well. McCrispu Lunicorn. I love that. Due to the sun being almost as hot as this channel. Yeah, very much so. It is fucking warm today. We're at a heat warning for the next 3 days at least, with humidity 35. Jesus Christ. That is bad. Humidity and 35 degree heat. 35 degrees C. That is. Stupedia, how you doing, you beautiful being? Lucifer, I've said hi to you 3 times now, Lucifer Ace, but at the same time, we appreciate you being here. Always, always. I'm whipping down, friends, because I know I'm so fucking far behind in chat. Fun fact, the etymology of the word pornography comes from the 19th century Greek porne, which means prostitution, and graphein, which it means to write. So pornographos, meaning to write about prostitutes. That is very interesting. That is genuinely a very interesting tidbit of information there, Milky Bock. I did not know that. I did not know that. Most cursed word in English language, what, moist? I don't know. I don't know. I can think of a few others that I'm like, would I like that word? Moist, I'm not really bothered by. Maybe because of the fact that I've kind of like been a bit jaded to it, you know? It's a really odd angle. Really odd angle. You know it. You know it. Pastor Van, thank you very much for thanking Dapper Cogs with that. I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Love chat deciding to brat upon hearing Valen's having a bad day. Oh, yeah, I noticed. I noticed. How you doing, Zabadi, and you beautiful being? Razar, of course. Hello, you glorious individual. Hillside Robin, thank you very much for coming out with alert. Say a massive thank you to Dabber Cogsworth there. I really appreciate that. I like it when you people like actually thank the people that have gifted. I mean, it means the world to me personally. But yeah, I always try and do it myself when somebody gifts me a sub, you know. Winter is coming. Not too quickly, man. I look forward to it. Zergjack! Good lord, look at you bum tooting away. Bum tooting away. Bum tooting your 100 bits all over me. Good lord. Good lord. Thank you very much for 100 little panderings. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. At least you won't need a boiler this week. The weather's forecast meant to be up to 34 degrees in places tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Speaking of, that was what I was talking about. Tomorrow, friends. Tomorrow is a special one because I'm going to be doing my normal daytime stream where we're going to be playing Date Everything. In fact, you know what? This is the rest of the week. I'll be playing the normal daytime stream at 1 p.m. BST where we're going to be playing Date Everything. Then I'm going to be finishing that at about 6 p.m., going away for a couple of hours so that I can prep everything and get everything ready and put some food in my face. And then at 8 p.m. BST, which is an hour after I would normally start tonight, we've got an extra Thirsty Work podcast episode where I'm going to be interviewing Elizabeth Splain, the author, and Scarlett, I want to say Pieria, but I think I'm pronouncing her last name wrong. Which they were the individuals who created the book Pleasure to Purpose, which is a book all about a sex worker who and the life that she has led. Very, very interesting book. Very, very interesting and fascinating book. So we're going to be talking about it all tomorrow at 8 p.m. BST. The podcast itself is going to last about an hour long, and then I'm looking at doing like a Q&A session afterwards in case any of you all have questions that you may wish to ask either Elizabeth or Scarlett, in the same way that we used to do all of the old Thirsty Work episodes. So it's going to be like a little Thirsty Work extra. Thirsty Work extra, you know? So, yeah, that's going to be really, really exciting. And then on Wednesday, I'm not going to be playing Blueprints this week because I wasn't streaming last Wednesday, and I'm not going to be streaming next Wednesday. So I don't want to do Blueprints this Wednesday and get very, very confused as to where the fuck I'm at. So this Wednesday, we are going to be playing a game called... So I'll be doing my usual stream at 1 p.m. BST. And then we're going to be playing a game called... The Demons Told Me to Make This Game. The demons! They told me to make this game. So, yeah, that should be interesting. It looks really, really interesting. It looks really, really interesting. It's a little bit spooky, so I thought Wednesday would be a better day for it than Tuesday. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be good. The title is 10 out of 10. The title just reminds me of, like, a really interesting anime. You know, like animes where they make like ridiculously long titles, because in Japanese, all the kanji, it's like 2 fucking symbols or 3 symbols maximum. You know what I mean? Whereas in English, it's 200 words. So it tickled me. They sent me a message and they were like, hey, would you be interested in playing this game? And they basically said, we saw that you and your community really liked Citizen Sleeper, and we feel like this kind of game, this one's a little bit more cosmic horror as opposed to science fiction, but it sort of has the same sort of vibes apparently, and like gameplay style. So I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be interesting to play along with, you know. Yeah, I know. Arcana, how you doing, you beautiful individual? Oh no, I've run out of space. Okay.
Panda to it.
Fun fact, Australia's biggest export is boomerangs. It's also their biggest import.
Oh no, Zabadian. No, don't you do this to me. No. Where's that rolled up newspaper? Just tap your nose.
Panda to it.
Would masturbating while smoking weed be considered masturblazing, weed whacking, or hijacking?
None of the above. None of the above. Good Lord. Oh my God. Right, friends, my channel chat has actually forced me to come down. So if I've missed anything vitally important in chat, please just copy and paste it into chat. That'll be grand and dandy, you know. It's a mood and a half, right? The days where you can't find the right brain buzz suck. Yeah. Well, it's a mix between the not being able to find the right brain buzz, unnerving amount of introspection, but like introspection I'm not quite ready for, if that makes sense. You know, when you get really introspective but you're not ready to be introspective, and you start thinking about your life and considering psychology and what have you, and you also have a million things that you need to do and you're not able to do any of them. It's been one of those days. Been one of those days. And then when I'm like, do you know what, I just need to take myself away from everything, I then can't find the right brain buzz. It's been a day. And now I'm getting weird upper corner ads. How strange. So that's the thing.
Panda to it.
What do you call a boomerang that doesn't work? A stick.
Oh my God, I haven't heard that in about 20 years, Zabadian. I haven't heard that in about 20 years. Good Lord. Yeah, so there's Twitch have been trialing ads. They've been doing it for a long time. They've been doing it for about 6 to 8 months now. It's been a long time, where like the entire frame shrinks a little bit and they have like ads at the underneath and at the side. And then sometimes they do some, like, I think it's up here where the entire chat drops down and puts an ad above the chat as kind of ways to not break up. Like, it all, from what I understand, it all goes into the same sort of like ad cycle, but and we should, I believe, we all get a cut from that as streamers, but we don't get to but it doesn't like interrupt the channel itself, you know? Doesn't interrupt the flow of the shit that we're going on. But they've been doing that for a long time. They've been doing that for a very long time, because I watch Twitch all the fucking time, so I know what it's all about. But I know I've certainly seen those a lot, you know? Usually when I'm hitting that mood is what makes me happiest is something really depressing. Yeah, I'm not that, but I know. I don't know. Today's just not been anything. Nothing has ticked that box. Nothing is that tick that box. And when I've not been able to do anything about it, it's just got really irritating really quickly. And normally, I realize that Circuit Overload, you're pretty new here, but people in this community know I'm a very, very patient person. I'm a very, very patient person. But today I'm not. Today the hackles are up, you know. Relo, hello, you beautiful bean. I was just explaining, Relo, that I'm having one of those days where I just... It's been a bouncy brain day, and my brain's been a bit all over. And I was about 98% certain I was going to cancel the stream. And then about 10 to 7, when I was going live at 7, I was like, no, press go live. Put some face on, press go live, stop being a dick. So I did. Now here we are. And now here we are. You mentioned it all being wrong. Exactly, it was Jam Jar. I took myself away. I literally took myself away. I was like, right, it's 5:30. You've got till 6 o'clock before you can make a decision, etc. Just go away and watch an anime or something. Just a one episode, 25 minutes long.
Hand it to Mego. Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
I have developed a new Hobbit where I create high fantasy settings in bed. It's okay though. Turns out I'm Tolkien in my sleep.
Oh my god, Mr. Trilby. Oh my god. Good lord. Thank you very much, 100 little panderings. Fucking hell. I haven't heard that one before. Yeah, so I went and sat on my bed and I was like, right, let's put on anime. I was like I said, nothing, just new animes, old animes, different type, the anime series that I've been watching for fucking ages and ages and ages, and I'm genuinely looking forward to the next fucking episodes. Nothing. It's not been ticking any of the boxes. So yeah, just one of them things. Sometimes you get days like this where you just kind of just gotta ride the wave. Do you know what I mean? Make sure it doesn't become anybody else's problem, and just ride that wave until such a time as it stops being a dick, you know? We can hate those days with a passion, but yeah, those happen so often. I've also been able to being a grumpy fucker and super irritable and forgetful. Must be like living with a grouch today. Oh god, man. Weird fuckers, aren't we? We certainly are. We certainly fucking are. Or is it actually more common than people admit? I don't know. I can understand why. Like, I really enjoy a good... Like, one of the reasons why I like cosmic horror stories and stuff like that is because the heroes never win. I love stories where the heroes never win. Not in like a depressing dynamic, but I just like the darkness of it. I suppose it is less depressing and more melancholy, I suppose. One of the reasons why I like the old 70s science fiction TV show Blake 7. Because the bad guys won. And there's something that I genuinely enjoy about that. Probably because of the fact that I grew up with the dynamic of, don't worry, heroes always save the day, good always prevails, yeah. And now as an adult, I'm like, nah, fuck that noise. Fuck that. Where's the villains? Give me a good villain. Give me some good evil, you know? Definitely not weird, though. Definitely not weird. Alexander Griffin, hello, you beautiful being. Can I please get a nice little shout out for hey Alexander Griffin, please? I'd very much appreciate that. It used to be Trash Panned Ho, but Twitch apparently didn't like it. No, you can't use the word ho. Good lord. People go check out my dear friend, a very shiny friend. Is this? I think I've asked you this before, Alexandra. I think I've asked you this before, but were you wearing latex? Was that a latex outfit? It looks very, very shiny. It looks particularly shiny. It was faux leather. That looks far too shiny for faux leather. I genuinely thought it was like a full latex outfit. And do you know what? I was loving it. Absolutely loving it. I was like, yeah, 100%. 10 out of 10. Go you. But anyway, friends, go check out Haley Alexander Griffin. They're a glorious individual. They play lots of really intricate story games. They also do some crafty stuff and some just chat and stuff like that. But if you like your good, like the stories you can really sink your teeth into, then Hey Alexander Griffin is a good person. Good people. Good people to go check out. Also, because they're a wonderful bean. But, you know. Let's not get too out there, you know. Yeah, Twitch doesn't like the old ho dynamic. They made a change after years. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Some of the ones that this community gift subs to, I'm always surprised exist. I'm always surprised exist because I'm like, wow, how the fuck did you get away with that? You know. Very normal for the neurospices and completely alien to the neuro. Lucifer's ace. Don't call them neuroblands. Come on. Come on. Neurotypicals. Do not want humidities. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. Speaking of anime, recently started getting back into Kaiju number 8 is fantastic. I think Gaichiakuta? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, you subscribe.
Yeah, I've been watching that one too.
Most kind.
Jamja! Thank you very much for giving us up to Butt Snifferson. Case in point. Case in point. Whoop. By having your name on the mirror of any means, you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all those sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you've got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? There you are. God, do I look rough? God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? Yeah, now. I'll get to your question momentarily, Jamja. I'm just trying to catch up a wee bit. The one that I've been watching at the moment, the anime that I've been watching at the moment that I've really fucking sank my teeth into is Lord of Mysteries. It's a new anime and it's called Lord of Mysteries, and it's set in an alternate universe, Victoriana Britain style place with a really interesting and quite unique magic system in there. And yeah, if you enjoy that sort of steampunk, diesel punk, Victoriana Britain with occultism and dark magic in like a parallel pseudo universe, then yeah, Lord of Mysteries wasn't the right brain space to get into it. That's fair. That is fair. The first episode is quite a slow burn. But I am episode 3 or 4 now, and I am fucking loving it. Absolutely fucking loving it. It's amazing. It is truly amazing. Because it is dark and it is gritty and there's so many different storylines going on at the same time. But yeah, I gave it a go, and like the first episode is also like 40 minutes long. Each episode is like twice as long as a normal anime episode, so it does take a lot. It's like a dedicated sit down time, do you know what I mean? But I fucking love it. Fucking love it. Depression gives dopamine on days like that. Dopamine is extremely lacking. My brain is definitely I'm just addicted to the good chemicals. The good chemicals. And when I say the good chemicals, I mean the normal good brain chemicals. I don't take any kind of drugs. They're not my cup of tea. Apart from alcohol and the occasional cigarette when I'm particularly drunk and feeling that way inclined. Can't give a duck. How you doing, you beautiful bean? Feel a slight obligation as an elder to share some lessons learned from my mistakes, so you don't have to repeat them. Never trust a fart. You can't always trust it. Hard lessons learned today. I am gutted to hear that. Can't give a duck. Genuinely gutted to hear that. But yep, that is definitely one of those ones that you only have to learn once, you know. Would you prefer a damp cake as opposed to a moist cake? Good question. Soggy cake. Clunge always makes me smirk, and the other might dislike. I really struggle. Many of you will know. Many of you will have seen if you watch the Questionable Game Emporium. For those people that are new here, because I know we've got a couple of new people here, I run the Questionable Game Emporium, where I, as a sex educator, play and review not safe for work games. So we play and review not safe for work games, play adult games, sex games, and stuff like that. And I do them all on the Questionable Game Emporium. But a lot of them tend to be like visual novels and stuff like that. And if there's no like if there's no voiceovers, voice actors employed to do it, then I do all my own voice acting. I fucking hate the word pussy. I hate it. I really don't like it. There is nothing, genuinely, there is nothing that will shrink my mighty phallus inside my own torso quicker than being like, do you want to get inside my pussy? No, don't. No, definitely not. That's not a thing. Mighty and spiraled, exactly. Like a giant coiled tower. The Great Tower of Babylon. As a reader who also enjoys romance sometimes, there are worse terms. Oh, there are definitely worse terms. 100% really. 100%. But, I don't know. I think I prefer. Yeah, I actually think I prefer pretty much anything else. I think the word slit is probably just as bad. But other than that, we need a tier list. A tier list for names for genitalia. Wow. The word moist folds should never be uttered, to be honest with you. I don't know. You see, I think if you know how to phrase it, that could sound not necessarily great, but it could sound passable, you know. Radio Bombastic, how you doing? So glad I found you on Twitch. Yeah, I'm on Twitch. Love me. Oh, you beautiful bean. How's it going, you glorious individual? How do you know me, Radio Bombastic? How do you know me, you beautiful individual? I appreciate you coming by and saying hi. How's it going? You potentially know me from some like TikTok. I haven't done any TikToks in ages. I really need to get back into it, but there's been a million things going on in my life. A salty crevasse. Yes. Oh, you were the one that's requested Cloud Meadow. Oh, how you doing, you beautiful bean? Ah, in which case you found me. You found this is the day job. This is the day job. You found us through the Questionable Game Emporium. I appreciate that. We're literally just talking about that. We're literally just talking about the Questionable Game Emporium and how I really struggle with the word pussy. Not my favorite word for the downstairs areas of certain individuals. Do you know what I mean? Clunge always makes me smirk and others might dislike. Clunge, yeah, I would say that clunge is definitely not an arousing one. It's not an arousing term, you know? That explains why I only have half a dozen comedies on my list and dozens and dozens of depressing movies. That's fair. That's fair. I like cosmic horrors because it's otherworldly depressing, you know? You have cells in your butt that can tell the difference between solids and gases, but think fluids are gases. That's really interesting. No, that makes sense. That actually makes a hell of a lot more sense. I like that. I like that. Actual knowledge going on there. Is the ending of Date Everything a scene where you're talking to the doctor and saying it was a crazy thing, doc? I just slipped and fell on it. To be honest with you, Circuit Overlord, maybe. Maybe. I don't know whether we're ever going to finish. Well, I think we'll finish Date Everything. I don't think we'll meet all of the people. I'll get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm bored now. Let's do some end game shit, you know? But so far, I'm really enjoying it, and the community seems to be really enjoying it as well. People are just popping in and just being like, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's see what's happening. Do you know what I mean? Do I say I love your decor? Mac Non, you beautiful bean. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Bought a house because it was number 69 decorated like Prince Fuck the Moulin Rouge. That's the way I roll. That is the way I roll. But I appreciate you popping by. Appreciate you popping by. Oh right, okay, yeah. Radio Bombastic. We have a no politics rule here. So thank you very much, Sembar, for clearing that up. Yeah, no, nothing against you at all, friend, by any stretch of the imagination. But unless I am bringing up the politics and I am like the one negotiating the thingies, I don't like to talk about politics because I did one politics stream. In my entire life, and on that stream I lost 50 followers and 3 moderators. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do a politics stream again. We do talk about politics every so often, but I'm the one that that organizes it, you know. Oh, thank you very much. In which case I'll continue that conversation after the thingies are finished, after the ads are finished. Complete with wild as fuck x-rays. Yeah, 100%. Extra thirsty work. Exactly extra thirsty work. That is it. That is where we're at. We're on thirsty work after dark. Good lord, I don't even know what that would entitle. Don't even know what you would put in there, you know. Can't wait until the violin gets down to the bottom of the chat. Until Valen gets down to the bottom of the chat. I'm getting there steadily but surely. No, I'm not at all. I'm gonna try and get better. I'm gonna whip it down a wee bit. If they were made better, they would have so many returns for sure. Sebastian said, fun fact. Why Alexander Griffin? Why would you do this? Why would you repeat this? God damn it. Had therapy today. Authentic card. Sending all of the love, friend. I hope it was a good session. Even if it was a hard session, I hope it was a good session, you know? Far too deep in respect to your brain is searching for dopamine. Yeah. Maybe. Not sure. Could be. I mean, to be fair, it could well be. It could well be. Who knows these days?
Yeah,
you know?
Subscribed. Most kind.
Sebastian. What? What are you doing? What are you doing? 10 more viewers don't have ads for the coming month. Sebastian, that's so fucking kind of you, friend. That is so fucking kind of you. Thank you so much for giving those 10 gifted subs out there. What the actual dickens? Oh. I will now inscribe all 10 of them on the Mirror of Vane, you beautiful being. That's so fucking kind of you. Friends, if you are here and you've been gifted a sub by Sebastian, please say a massive thank you. You glorious beans. The first one. The second one. The third one. Zerk Jerk, we've seen you. Can call you out because you're in chat. What's that? 5? 6? 7? 8? What was this?
Hand it to my
What?
ego.
Who
Hand
did
it to it.
What
Hand
did
it
he
to
do?
it.
Who did this?
Distraction, sponsored by Bratting.
No. Who did this? What did you do? Shake that ketchup bottle, you know?
Hand
that
it to my
mayonnaise
ego. Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
Quick, join the pile.
Good lord. Get that mayonnaise out. Shake that ketchup bottle. Get that mayonnaise out. Join the cuddle pile. Thank you very much for the panderings, you beautiful beans. What the fuck is going on here? What the dickens? Thank you very much to that beautiful person that donated. Can we get some egos in chat? Say a massive thank you to that person that donated. I won't call them out just in case they're lurking. Or just in case they don't want me to call them out, to be fair. Right, where was I? I was doing stuff. Hold on. 3 left. Okay, now. Seen you in here. Call you out. And last but not least, all of those names have been inscribed upon the Mirror of Vein. By having your name upon the Mirror of Vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not above Snapchat, you cheeky devils. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh God, I look rough. But God damn, don't make rough look good. Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? Yeah, no, you beautiful individuals. Good Lord. Good Lordy. There we go. There we go. Right, okay. No, you don't, Circuit Overlord. Nobody's on my last name. You're good. You are all very, very good. Don't you fret. Don't you fret. How you doing, Sembar? Valen finished difficult thing today, and my brain has been fighting for me over days. It is important that I deserve praise. Congratulations, Sembar. Genuinely congratulations. I realize I'm like 20 minutes behind in chat, but genuinely congratulations. I am so fucking glad. Whatever it is that you had a real struggles getting your brain over, I know I've had one of those days today. I've had one of those days today where I haven't even been able to do fucking anything. I am genuinely really fucking happy that I actually managed to press go live today. That is my little victory. The rest of the day has been a fucking write-off. An absolute fucking write-off. It started great. I had a great morning. I had a wonderful, wonderful morning. Fantastic morning. And then from like midday, it all just was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on? What the actual shit? So yeah, genuinely very proud of you, Sambar there. Your brain's been fighting you over it for a day and you fucking did it today. Well done, you. Genuinely. Today's the day where today is a day here too. Got back yesterday from a holiday with my partner and just spent the day missing them. So the brain has been braining for sure. Yeah, sending all of the love. I feel that. Chandria, how you doing, you beautiful being? Got a response from my mental health assessment. Said that you do group, which I've stated time and time again why I can't do group therapy. Completely understandably, there's a lot of people that can't do it. Go to private art therapy. No, I can't. Knowing I can't afford it. Luckily, I was able to get a hold of the assessment person and express my disappointment. She's going to try and speak to them to get me one-on-one therapy. I'm very glad to hear that they're going to actually try and do something for you. I know all too well how fucking shit certain departments of the mental health, or certain departments of any kind of mental health service are. They can be really, really good. You can get people that are really, really fucking excellent about it. They can also be the biggest bag of wank. They can be particularly fucking shite. So yeah, I get it. You're gonna like my stories if I ever finish them. Heroes never win. You're also and are always also problematic. Love this, Circuit Overlord. Encourage this and enable it for sure. Darling moderators, could I get a shout out for Monkey Mel, please? I saw them in chat briefly earlier and I've lost them now, but I would like a shout out for them. That would be wonderful. And it's MU, monkey with a U. I think it's because it made you feel less shitty when you fail at something yourself. Maybe. People go check out Monkey Mel. They're glorious and spectacular. My God, you were playing Battlefield 6, Monkey Mel. Well, I learned something new about you today. I hope it is a less toxic environment than every single Battlefield I've ever played ever. In my entire fucking life. Good Lord. Still here. Me and Milky got you on the 65-inch TV. Love this. My big old face. I bet you anything that my fucking forehead looks like a solar panel, doesn't it? Just large and in charge. To literally make it a fucking billboard. You know, people would pay a lot of money to put fucking billboards on my forehead. I'll tell you that for nothing. All right. We love renewable energy. It's my solar panel of love. God damn. Sometimes you gotta have a real good time. A solar panel of love. Why I sound like that, I've got no idea. Can't really do it with any other accent. Hello there. Don't mind me, I've got my solar panel of love out. That's right. The more vitamin D I get all over my fucking face, the more I am good in the bedroom. That's right. Don't you want to ride me all night long? Doesn't have the same effect, I feel. All right. Doesn't have the same effect. You know? 23 minutes ago, the glorious, wonderful moderator, Jam Jar Brain, asked the Schmex question, and I've completely forgot about it because my brain disappeared, and then it's come back again. Self-love is obviously, for those people that don't know, I am a sex educator, and when people use their channel points to redeem Ask Val a Schmex question, they're asking me about sex, so I give them a very serious answer because I'm a sex educator. That's the whole point why I do it. Self-love is obviously very important. Have you ever experienced a bad brain wank? Get started and your mind clouds, taking long enough that it feels hollow. Have you found ways to clear the mind when the brain's all buzz with dark clouds? Poor fucking hell. There is a fucking question. Yes, 110%. Because especially with the dynamic of thirsting for the dopamine, one of the easiest ways to give yourself dopamine is to inappropriately touch yourself. Very much so. Get that sheer amount of dopamine where you're just like, right, well, if I do this thing, if I build myself to a climax, I will get a nice little fix in my brain of dopamine, and that will make me feel better, even if it's only for a few minutes. That will feel wonderful. However, brains don't work like that. Brains are not that straightforward. And there is an entire dynamic of being able to climax without any kind of release. There is an entire dynamic of getting the release and then just feeling real fucking shit about yourself afterwards. There's a whole myriad of stuff, and I can't honestly say that I found a particular way that clears the mind by any stretch of the imagination. To be honest with you, I've gone the opposite way, where I've just been like, I'm just not gonna succumb to that urge. If I'm in, kind of like when I drink alcohol, like if I'm in a bad brain space, I don't drink alcohol, because alcohol accentuates whatever fucking mood you're in. So if I'm in a great mood, it makes me even fucking happier and I'm having a wonderful fucking time. If I'm in a bad mood, then it's just going to make me more miserable. And kind of the same when it comes to sweet self-lovings, you know? If I'm in a bad brain space, I choose not to try and indulge in like masturbation and stuff like that, because if you do, it's like at best a 60-40 chance that you're gonna actually get something out of it, because your brain space, the way that it works is like it puts so much pressure on your like sexual brakes versus your sexual accelerator and stuff. So you're putting loads on your sexual brake and you're going, right, I'm trying to push down on the accelerator because I really want to get there, but at the same time, I've got everything down on the sexual brake because my brain's really not in the fucking space for it. I just want the dopamine. And then maybe you might be able to like ease off on the brake enough to fucking hit the floor with the accelerator, but most of the time it's like driving with the handbrake on. Do you know what I mean? Driving around with your handbrake on, because it's probably the best way I can really describe it, you know? It's maddening getting cloudy brain when you crave the happy chemicals. Yes, very much so. The yucky orgasm isn't fun. It's not worth it. In my personal opinion, it is not worth it. It is not worth it. But yeah, thank you very much for asking that Schmex question. On Latex cosplay as Miss Marvel. Karen Danvers, the Captain Marvel. Oh yeah, sounds good.
Hand it to it.
That would be
Hand
cool.
it to it.
While you said people might pay a lot of money to put a billboard on your forehead, did anyone ask Bill if they are into putting their board on people's foreheads?
Oh my god, Mr. Trilby. Oh my god. You didn't just do that. You did not just do that. Good lord. Oh my god, Mr. Trilby. Chandria coming in with the 5 streams in a row. You've been streaking through here. It is the perfect weather for it. It is fucking warm. Been having a screaming, puking headache all week. Oh god. Weird ass dream earlier. Woke up just now and it's almost gone. I am very glad to hear that your weird ass dream has caused your headache to ease the fuck off. I hope that it eases off completely and utterly, you know. My book got me into Food Wars. I was not expecting the first episode, but what is it for sure? I don't know Food Wars. I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. I'm gonna try and whip down a wee bit, friends, because I realize I'm real fucking far behind in chat. I'm honestly obsessed with the lizard meme. The song remixes on TikToks. Can't stop, won't stop. I don't know any of it. I am well and truly out of the TikTok loop. Don't really go on there anymore at the moment. Mainly because I don't have the space to make TikToks. So if I go on there, all I end up getting is shitloads of people trying to sell me shit. And I don't like that. I don't like that dynamic of like 3 out of every 5 videos is somebody trying to be QVC. As a reader who enjoys romance sometimes, yeah, there are definitely worse terms, for sure. Mighty Phallus, everyone knows it's Spindly Goblin Cock. It is a Spindly Goblin Cock. That's very, very true. That is very, very true. We may well do a tier list though, Monkey Mel. I think that's probably a solid call at some stage for sure. Flaps and slit aren't great. You see, I can see how you could make flaps not arousing but less offensive, you know. I've been plunged back to the early 2000s word of rathergood.com and their song Hedgehogs, which lists a whole load of euphemisms for genitalia. Oh my god, I've never even come across that, Shade and Sunshine, but I love it already. I'm okay with petals, but I get that not everyone would. Yeah, and I can see how that would be a love or hate scenario in there. Oyster is a Nicky one for you. Yeah, I don't understand the shellfish one. Clam's a different one. That doesn't make sense to my brain. Do you know what I mean? Jimmy Carr, who used the word pasties. That's interesting. Like taco. Or a little taco. And it's like, okay, no, I can get that. A delightful, tasty treat. You know? A lot of Mysteries is Chinese, so I'm presently surprised. I'm almost didn't Google it. Sold. So honestly, it's fucking great. It's really, really good. I really like it. Scientific name for vagina translates to sheath or scabbard. We could use either of them. Yeah, we could do, but there's also that then it then becomes like slightly derogatory, doesn't it? It's like, oh, the only reason the vagina's there is because you can put a penis inside it. And I'm not about that. I'm not about that misogyny, you know? I mean, so my opinions are more based in how people use the words, less about how sexy it is, but I hate lips. Lips, I was about to say, lips is probably one of the least offensive words I've come across for a vulva. Right, whipping down, steadily but surely, getting there. Makes a lot of sense. Does make it complicated when everyone has deep opinions. Deep options dealing with ads right now. Yeah, that was I was gonna come back to you, Radio Bombastic. Yes, yeah, I do. We do occasionally talk about politics, but it's always when I'm leading it. Like the mods are under very, very strict instructions. So if a mod deletes your comment, don't think it's like a personal attack against you or anything like that. They're under very strict instructions when it comes to anything like politics. Delete it first, ask questions later. You know, I would rather them delete something than let a conversation. As you can see right now, like I am way behind in chat, which means by the time I catch up with chat, it's normally spiraled a few times. If we talk about something like politics, something as thingy. Now, normally, if we do talk about politics, we do it on my terms, and I guide the conversation. Which makes it a little bit more challenging for the moderators because I try not to talk about it because of how divisive it is. But nowadays it's less of a problem because we have quite a similarly minded community. You got 7 adverts. You should only ever get 3 minutes of adverts on this channel. Ever. Even if it's like 7 adverts, it'll be like 7 little adverts that build up to 3 minutes, but it'll only ever be a maximum of 3 minutes. You got 9 there, Popeye Gatewood. That'll be presumably 3 20-second, well, 9 20-second ads. Presumably. Zabadian, thank you once again for those 10 gifted subs. Good lord. So yeah, so it should be the same amount of time, regardless of how many ads you get. It should always be the same amount of time. It might be 1 3-minute advert or like you say 9 fucking 20-second adverts. How much of the patriarchal, we don't know the context of how it was named, at least in the 2000 years ago. It could have come from anything. It could have come from anything, but given how things were 2000 years ago, especially if it was from Latin. Was it from the Latin or the Greek? I can't remember. It was either Latin or Greek. And in those day and age, the culture that they had back in those days, but you slept with men for pleasure, you slept with women for procreation. So it was literally a case of like, okay, you go sword fighting with the boys and you sheathe your sword when you're at home. Latin, yeah. So the generic culture there was very much homoeroticism for fun, heteroeroticism for procreation, which is where you get that whole misogyny, patriarchal dynamic, which is where I have an issue, which I actually find hilarious, friends, because back in the 90s they did an experiment where they put 2 people having sex in an MRI machine. Is it an MRI machine? CT scanner? I think, no, MRI machine. I'm getting thingies right. And they found that it isn't the vagina that molds to the penis. It's the penis that adapts its way to the vagina. Whatever fucking path the vaginal canal takes, the penis follows that path. Thank you very much, Standby. Yeah, MRI machine. The penis follows that path. So anybody who turns around and goes, yeah, you're wrapping yourself around my penis. No, the penis is doing its absolute best to fill the vagina. It is very much the submissive part of the genitalia. No matter how hard it feels, it is definitely the submissive part of the genitalia. Which fucking amuses me no end. It fucking makes me giggle like nobody's business. What an intriguing story to participate in. It was controversial as fuck, Lucifer's Ace. So it started, if I remember correctly, it started with a scientist being genuinely inquisitive about just like literally a doctor, medical doctor being like, I wonder what, like nobody's done anything about this. We should definitely do something about this. Reached out to a medical professional, another doctor, an academic doctor, and was like, hey, I don't know anybody else that would be interested in even trying this. You are a woman with a vulva. Would you be interested in partaking in this experiment? Because like you're a scientist and I know you're interested in this stuff as much as I am. Would you be interested in it? And she was like, but if I remember correctly, she turned it down like 4 times, and then curiosity got the better of her, and she was like, actually no, I would be interested to find out what happens like literally internally during this thing. So she got herself a consenting partner, and they did it. It was like late one night, like 9 p.m, 10 p.m. on an evening when all of the students had gone home, it was like a university faculty, and it was like when all the students had gone home, when everybody had gone home, they booked the thing out as like a private study, as lecturers and academics were allowed to do. They did everything above board. They did it all, like everything above board, everything as per the rules and regulations of the university. And it was done in the Netherlands, yeah. And they did the experiment, and then like 2 days later, 3 days later, the newspapers were like, look at what they're doing, scientists using MRI machines to fuck, making their own type of internal pornography. What is the world coming to? And if I remember correctly, at least one of them, I think the person who did the study in the first place, got fired. The lady who partook got suspended. I think she got suspended. She might have been fired as well. I'm not entirely sure. Do you know what the thing was, Mr. Trilby? From what I understand, getting past the ethics committee was fine. The ethics committee had no issue with it until the papers got hold of it. As soon as the papers got hold of it, it was like they were like, no, we need to, no, we don't want anything to do with this. We don't want anything to do with this. Bad publicity. No. You obviously, we're gonna deny everything. You did it all by your own thing. No. We're not having anything. We can't be seen to be promoting this kind of thing. It was science. It was science. It was a science experiment to discover, as science does, to discover what happens to anatomy in heterosexual sex. What happens anatomically when two people, a person with a penis and a person with a vagina, are having sex. Nobody knew what happened before that point. They discovered things that nobody ever fucking knew because of that experiment. No, it's got something to do with sex. No, can't have that. No. This is why we can't have nice things. Nowadays, they're fucking like, well, most people sing their praises. They're like, these people were absolutely fucking amazing. But they went through like a good decade of nobody ever taking them seriously, nobody wanting anything to do with them. Like they went through a very long period of time of people being like, no, you're one of those clown scientists who just experiments for the sake of experimenting. And it's like, no, dickheads. Had a phone call. Can you let me know what it is? We were just talking about the experiment that was done in the 90s, and thank you very much, Semba. I saw you put a link in the Discord in the Not Safe for Work section about it. There's the experiment they did in the 90s where two people, a man and a woman, a cis man and a cis woman, had sex in an MRI machine to find out what happens anatomically to our bodies as they're going through sex, and the way that they were just fucking slated afterwards. You know what I mean? How are we meant to learn anything if we don't experiment? You're allowed to experiment about anything unless it's to do with sex. God, Alexandra, do you not know this? Hey, guess what? You're allowed to do anything. You're allowed to play any games unless they're to do with sex. You're allowed to watch anything on the internet unless it's to do with sex. Then you got to put facial recognition in there. It was really cool. It was a genuinely really fucking cool experiment. Really cool experiment. Fascinating, because like I said, the main thing that they discovered, obviously they discovered like how like parts of the anatomy work and bits and pieces and how they react to each other and stuff like that, but the main thing that they discovered was the fact that most people thought that when a person with a penis puts it inside a vagina, that the vagina, so you got your penis, that the vagina would mold around the penis and be like, oh look, okay, my vagina's like this, but it's I'm going to adapt myself to the penis because the penis is mighty and strong and it doesn't move at all. No, it's entirely down to it. But it's not. What it is this is the vaginal canal, and the penis follows the line of the vaginal canal. Like literally, if I do it like that, it's like the penis goes in and follows the line of the vaginal canal. The penis is very much the submissive in the genitalias. Walks in, the penis, feel at home already. How's it going, Mr. Fox? How you doing, you beautiful bean? Yeah. Accurate. You know. Don't worry, Val's good about not taking important things during the ads. Yeah, I do my best. As soon as I realize the ads are on, I'm like, cool, I'll talk about something else for it and then come back to it. He's a beautiful person. Became one of my favorite online presences within minutes of watching him. Oh, I'm assuming you're talking about me. You might not be talking about me. You might be talking about somebody else. But I appreciate that. Distraction, sponsored by Bratting. Mr. Trilby, thank you very much, 100 little pandroots. I appreciate that. How you doing, Babbly? How's it going? Sounds like you have a bit of a day. I've definitely had the very, very problematic day today. It's been less than desirable, but we all have days like this, and this is one of the reasons, as I said at the beginning of the stream, one of the reasons why that convinced me actually to press go live tonight, because I very nearly didn't. I got to 10 to 7. My stream starts at 7 p.m. and I was like, I'm gonna cancel stream. I am in such a fucking horrible state of mind. I am gonna cancel stream. And I was like, no, just press go live, but I don't want to press go live. I'm just really irritable, don't like it. And one of the things that really convinced me was the fact that I don't want to be one of those people where you only ever see me in happy and sunshines. I don't want to be one of those people where it's just like, oh look, Val and Vane, everything's happy and sunshines. Oh my god, everything's so great for him. And it's like, no, I still have my days like this. I still have my days where it's just like, do you know what? I've had a day where I've not been able to concentrate on anything. and I've been irritable as fuck all day. You know? Those days happen. Those days happen to us all, and I'm like, this also happens to me. You know? Look at you all joining the pile. You got my praise. Huzzah! I appreciate that. Radio Bombastic. And also, can I take a moment to also say thank you very much for recommending Cloud Meadow. I'm looking forward to playing that again. I have to cut a load out of it because of the new rules on Fansly. Fansly have declared that anything that involves furries is bestiality. So anything that involves furries or scalies, you can have a human with like fox ears and a fox tail. You can have that. That's perfectly fine. Actually, it wasn't even Fansly. Fansly have just backed it. It was the payment processing providers. Woo! Yeah, payment processing providers have issued decrees unto Fansly that they have to get rid of. They're perfectly fine with a lot of anime girls are fine. Yes, anime girls are fine so long as they're not like I say, more like furry like. Even though I did watch a little video a few weeks ago that said that anime people are not meant to be human, they're meant to be cats, and I was like, fuck off. But it makes sense. Because people were saying, why is it that anime always have such massive eyes? And then somebody was like, yeah, this is about like anime characters are not meant to be human. They're styled off cats. You know what I mean? Not to capitalize on your pain, but I will. Have you considered that maybe your mood would improve if every area of your life you spend less energy on ruining my day every now and then? Instagram has become my own personal torture chamber. I think you will find that there is a unique and exquisite level of dopamine that I get purely from making you vomit a little bit in your mouth, Taken. All right, that's it. Don't be nice to me. Okay, sure. I don't have to be nice to you. So far, I've been real nice to you. Imagine what I'm gonna do now. My own words. How's it going, Taken? How you doing? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've thoroughly enjoyed sending some really unhinged Instagram reels to Taken recently, including a Dalek that's just ejaculating everywhere. That's been a great fun on. Do you know what I mean? No worries. See you on Saturday, you beautiful bean. Appreciate your face. I'm looking forward to coming and hanging out with you. I'm gonna say some real unhinged shit, and then I'll be able to see your reactions. That'll be good. That always makes my day. Do you know what I mean? I was also very open about your recent foibles. Yeah, exactly. When I was at a Hard House gig as well. I was hosting a Hard House street party, and it was just like, so, by the way, these things have happened. Do you know what I mean? Feel free to share in my absence. I may well do. I want an update on that, by the way, Taken. I want an update on that. Denu, you fucking leg away, you beautiful being. I appreciate you. Is your Instagram under the same handle? Yeah, they're all under the same handle. Everywhere apart from YouTube, because I've had run-ins with YouTube in the past. There they are. No, this way. All of them. All my different social medias. Have to go. Bye. See you later. Bye. Appreciate your face. Ejaculate. Exactly. Ejaculate. Exactly, Max White. How you doing, Max? How's it going? Nikki Darla, come here, cheeky devil. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you beautiful individual, you? See you later, Taken. See you on Saturday, if I don't see you beforehand. Monday be hitting hard, just with court today. Oh, lordy. Mondays do be like that sometimes. I think that Tuesday's the worst day of the week, but Mondays do be like that sometimes. Also, thank you very much, Jamjar, for the shout out for Monkey Mel there. I met Monkey Mel at TwitchCon, and that glorious human being has one of the most infectious giggles I've ever seen. Self-care is so important, even if it's just getting through the day. I hope you enjoy chat's company. I'm very proud of you, Alan, as well as everyone else who existed today. Thank you very much for that, Lucifer's Ace. Yeah, I'm glad. I wouldn't say proud. My pride is hard-earned. All right, my pride is hard-earned. All my self-pride is hard-earned. I get proud of other people for doing things that I consider, well, I know that they were challenged by. For myself, it's exactly the same. It's like anything that I was actively, like, genuinely challenged by, and I succeeded it, I'm proud of myself. In fact, you know what? Even if I don't succeed at myself, I'm like, that was a really fucking hard thing, and I gave it a go. I gave it a fucking go. Against all odds, I gave it a go. I'm proud of myself for that, you know? So I wouldn't say that I'm proud that I pressed go live, but I'm very glad that I pressed go live. I'm glad that I bolstered myself to press the go live button. As many of you who are streamers will know, sometimes the hardest thing to do is just press go live. And it can be so fucking hard. So fucking hard. Masaishi, you've been Lord of Mysteries is not an anime. It's a donghua, which is the term for the Chinese animation. It also explains the unusual length. I just wanted to highlight the nuance. Hope that's okay. Yeah. Chinese have an amazing cinema, and nice to see it pick up a bit. I had no idea that they had their own unique terminology for their version of animation. Now I know. I might forget it, so you might have to remind me again, Masasia, but I appreciate it nonetheless. I also appreciate you highlighting that so that it could grab my attention. You know, we love renewable energy. We certainly do. We certainly do. Spent $6,000 on a Samsung TV. Don't be stupid like me. I think my TV up in my bedroom, Samsung. You've got to understand, though, I'm a bit of a workaholic. As anyone who's been here for a little while knows all too well, I'm a bit of a workaholic. So there's this room, which is my studio space. There's a room behind me, which is living room, but is actually just storage space for all of the things I need for the events that I run, for all of these bits and pieces I do, for the VODs, the vlogs that I'm going out on. I'm literally charging my camera as we speak because I was planning a trip. It didn't end up working that way, but I was planning a trip. So yeah, doing a whole load of different bits and pieces. This house, and then upstairs they've got a 3-bedroom house. One of the bedrooms my bedroom, one of the bedrooms my housemate Classic Chunk's bedroom, and one of the bedrooms is my wardrobe, or our wardrobe, because his stuff's in there as well, because I have far too many fucking clothes. So yeah, it's very much a working household more than anything else. A lot of work gets done here. Good lord, you know what I mean? You've been admiring my eye makeup. This makeup, it's very slapdash today, I'm not gonna lie to you. Very slapdash. Just was like, right, fucking smoky eye the shit out of this. Milky Age, how you doing? We've got Milky Pork and Milky Age in here. So much milky going on. So much milky everywhere. But yeah, smoky eyes. All of the smoky eyes. And the eyeshadow, if you are interested, is Sugar Pill. Very good, very pigmented. Very pigmented eyeshadow. I stand by them. I don't know anything about them as people, but the person who recommended them to me does all of their research in regards to the like makeup brands and the company and shit like that. So they wouldn't recommend them if it wasn't good people, you know what I mean? He's gone orbit again, I know, right? Both accents are sexy. Both accents? What can really go from, well, sometimes you've got to get a little gruff, a little tender, a little smoky at the back of the throat, you know. And then, well, sometimes you got to get a little West Country, you know, tantalizing. A little fancy, a little romp and tickle in the hay. Me and you have a good time, eh? And I feel like they could protect to the right people. They definitely have the same allure. They definitely have the same allure. I'm passing age you. No, you're good. Lucifer's Ace, you're good. It's all right. Solar Panel of Love is my second favorite golden earring. You got it. You got it, Sheepy Dumps. How you doing, you beautiful bean? Not the radar of love, the solar panel of love. How you doing, Sheepy? How's it going? I was cheated on. I experienced that for months after going through that. Yep, I get that. I get that. I will openly admit I take accountability for my actions. I've never cheated on anybody. I've never like cheated on a partner. But I have been the cheatee. I have been the person that somebody else has cheated with. And it wasn't the right thing to do by any stretch of the imagination. I was in a particularly vile state of existence at the time, and didn't really give a shit about anybody else but myself. But I admit that how wrong that is. I just like, I don't get it. Like, if I was the other woman. Yeah. I was the homewrecker. I've never understood why you wouldn't just split up with somebody. So you gotta go, no worries, you take it easy. If you're still here when I'm done, I'll be back. All love. Well, if not, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. And obviously, you know, Sunday night is when we release the Questionable Game Emporium. Friday nights is when I do my normal YouTube videos on the Thirst and Vanity YouTube channel. I try and do them every 2 weeks, but recently I've been really good and managing to get them out every week, which I'm very, very happy about. So yeah, and then tomorrow I'll be doing an extra stream because we'll be doing our daytime stream as per usual, the usual schedule stream of Date Everything, and then we'll be doing the extra thirsty work for the author and subject of the Pleasure to Purpose novel about a sex worker, which was a fascinating read. A really, really fascinating read. How's it going, Zabadian? How you doing? Oh, good night, Zabadian, excuse me. And how you doing, Finley? Hello, you beautiful bean. Good deal. See you around. See you around. Thank you very much for popping back in, Radio Bombastic. And have a wonderful rest of your time zone, you know? Have a wonderful rest of your time zone, whatever it is that you're doing. You glorious individual. Dad joke. Don't you dad joke me, you Milky Age. Bloody dad jokes everywhere. Food Wars Anime is a fan service, but it's actually pretty good. Food Wars. No, I do not know them. I don't know this one. However, there was one that I remember watching that was all about food. And I've got a feeling it was set in the same world. We're talking anime now. It was set in the same world as One Piece. Toriko. Toriko. That was the theme tune. Yeah, Toriko. I remember watching Toriko after being at a particularly loose end one hungover morning and being like, fuck it, I'll put this on. And I have never, ever known an anime make me as hungry as Toriko did. And I'm a vegetarian. It was pretty wild.
Hand to my ego, hand to it, hand to it!
Reminder, why is there gold blowing through the wind? Because it's August.
Oh, good lord. Think you enjoy Apothecary Diaries? I have watched the entire first and half of the second season of Apothecary Diaries. Unfortunately, I have personal associations with Apothecary Diaries in the regards that the person who introduced Apothecary Diaries to me is unfortunately no longer in my life, and as a result, I struggle to watch it. That's the hiccup. You know, when you get like certain things are very emotionally special to you because of the people that introduce you to them. Like that's one of those ones. But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And would strongly recommend it to anybody. It was a very, very good one. Just for me personally, it's not something I can pick up again. Are you ever not behind in chat? Oh, Sheepy, I'm always behind in chat. Always, 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 always. That's the reason why I've got 3 chats available. Just available in front of me. One that I try and slowly but surely work my way through, and others that are more or less up to date, so I can just keep an eye on, you know, no matter where I'm looking. You know? Been doom scrolling through Just Chatting, trying to find streams that aren't talking about politics. There are already like 20 streams that talk politics. I'm done. Yeah. There's a lot of politics, and like I said, we touch on politics, but in very, very specific circumstances. For example, and we're not opening the conversation. I'm using this as an example where it's like we're talking about the censorship laws and stuff like that are going on, like the stuff that's happening with Steam and the payment processing providers and stuff like that. And you kind of have to, when you are talking about censorship laws and censorship regulations, the conversation needs to touch on politics. But that is touching on politics, not having a fucking full conversation about it. You know? Some of the landing community, sorry for popping in to ruin that trend. How dare you apologize to me, Sheepy, for starters. But also, I like our conversations. I like our conversations when because me and Sheepy, we haven't done it in a long time, like, but we'd have conversations that are like really, really deep and intricate in regards to politics and stuff like that. Because not only politics, but also like social media, the content industry, fucking everything. And we have massively different opinions on everything. Nearly everything. I think there's certain universal truths like the acceptance of the LGBTQIA and stuff like that. Absolutely, I think both of us are on the same page in that stuff. But in regards to an awful lot of stuff, we are like very, very different mindsets on things, which makes the conversation very, very interesting. If it does get a little bit heated. Delicious in Dungeon. I really enjoyed Delicious in Dungeon for the first season. Then I got real bored real quick. It was like, this is great. Okay. Interesting. When the big bad revealed itself, I was like, you know, which amazing mental gymnastics to keep up the
Hand
mood
it to my ego.
while in
Hand
such
it to
space
it.
with
Hand
yeah,
it to
100%
it.
Semba, 100%.
Anime I watched, how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. It's inspired by Machiavelli's The Prince.
That's really interesting. I'm working my way through that at the moment, Mr. Trilby. I'm literally working my way through that at the moment. I think I've just finished season 1 of how a realist hero rebuilt a kingdom, and that one's interesting. There's another one that's similar to it, but the name escapes me. Yeah, but Senpai, that's like you're talking about the mental gymnastics to keep up the mood while in such a space. I don't know whether they might have got some like medical help, like lubricant and little blue pills, but it's kind of like when I think about when they were studying the female orgasm, and that's when they found out that it's easier to have an orgasm if you keep your socks on, because it's all to do with like circulation and stuff like that. But like I saw a video of them, not of them doing it, but of them setting it all up, and it is like the least attractive fucking thing ever. There's a lady there with like fucking one of those helmets on that's got wires all over it so they can mark all the brain scans and shit, and they're being a big fucking machine, and she got a hospital gown on with her socks on, and it's like, okay, now you're in the machine, just start diddling yourself, let's go. And I'm like, that is the least attractive fucking thing going. That is the least attractive fucking scenario. Well, I'm hoping that she had some kind of medical kink and that just got
Hand it
her
to
off,
my
you know.
ego. Panda to it. Panda to it.
A train laughing smiley. PSA, golf and alcohol should never be mixed. Don't drink and drive, folks.
Oh my god. Shade and sunshine. Oh my god. Really? I was like literally, it was like PSA, golf and alcohol. I was like, what the fuck? I've been pissed playing golf before. Mini golf requires you to drink alcohol. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh! Drink and putt is fine. Yeah, don't drink and drive. Drink and putt is fine. If you've got consenting adults there, sometimes... Anyway. Put in the butt. Oh, Jesus. Want to go back to my place and fit my mold? Exactly, Daniel. The allure. The tantalizing nature of it. This is a repost. I want to genuinely apologize. Oh. Okay. All right. I'm going to read the rest of it before I cast judgment upon your apology there, Lucifer's Ace. Genuinely apologize about the word I used for neurotypical. That's fair. I will accept this. It was a joke from another stream that just meant as a laugh together joke, but not a laugh at joke. I hang out in such a wide variety of communities. The humor tends to bleed. If I ever say something that sounds rude, please call me out. It wasn't meant in that way. No, I appreciate that. Genuinely don't ever meant to be. Oh yeah, no, I got that from you from the beginning, Lucifer's Ace, that you're not a malicious person. You're not a malicious person. I fully got that you were like, right, I'm saying this is a bit of a joke. But for me, I am very much one of these people that's like, let's not put anybody down. It's all fine if people laugh at themselves. People laugh at themselves. If a neurotypical person turns around and goes, oh, I'm a neuro-beige person, then that's up to them. You know what I mean? That's entirely up to them. But that's them putting themselves down, and that's like a different dynamic of humor. When it comes to other people doing it, and I fully understand that you've got your like other social groups. Everyone should have more social groups on Twitch other than just this one. There may be jokes in those things that are absolutely hilarious to those groups of people, but just wouldn't cascade over here. You know, it's like I don't do any jokes that are derogatory, as it were. You know, it's just I find that people laughing at themselves, not fine at people like taking that extra step, even though it wasn't malicious, and I don't believe it was ever malicious. Because if I believe you were malicious, then I would have been a bit more straight at words. I'm just like, hey, don't use. I can't remember what you use. A neuro something or other. Neuro bland, I believe it was. It was just like, yeah, exactly. No, you're good. I get it entirely. But I will always call you out. I will absolutely always call you out. Just like you all call me out. Every single one of these the people in this community call me the fuck out over the shit that I'm wrong about all the time. 110%. And I'll do exactly the same, because I'm like, hey, it's not cool. It's not cool to put people down, even if it's like in a jokey way, because unfortunately, a lot of that you usually find that a lot of prejudices start off in a jokey way, which is the reason why I'm like, hey, let's not do that. Not bad thing, you know. I know you didn't mean, not just you, but generally speaking, people generally don't mean any maliciousness by it. But I'm like, hey, let's not do that, you know. It took me way too long to get the golf pun. I tried to put some socks on, but I found the hole in one. Oh my god, Jesse, good lord. I thought you were referring to the other one, and then you came in with a second one. You were referring to a completely different thing, and then you came in out of nowhere, luring me into a false sense of security. Good lord. Also, welcome on in, you beautiful bean. Welcome on in. Oh my lordy. But yeah, I think that's why I like the smut line about her wrapping around his cock. Yeah. Very gross way to go about it. It's not very well. It might be a gross way for you, Lucifer. I don't know in regards to your asexuality whether you are a sexually repulsed person or whether you're just not interested or what have you. You don't have to answer that by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, for me, that's the most tantalizing way to go about stuff, right? Get involved. Getting past the ethics community. Yeah. Well, like I said, it was all fine.
Hand to it.
Only a fraction of people will get this joke, but in maths there's a fine line between a denominator and a numerator.
ha ha ha. Oh dear. Oh, yeah, that old chestnut. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. I have no fucking idea what you mean. I have no fucking idea what you're on about. 2 puns in one? Fraction jokes? Okay. I give that joke a score of a half. As soon as you said fraction jokes, I got your joke there, Max White, right? Valen is too gay for math. Exactly. Too gay for maths. All I need to know is the angle of penetration, and then I'm good. I usually do that by eye. I don't pull out a protractor. Pull out a fucking protractor and a compass to work out the angle of penetration, you know? Imagine if MRA porn became a thing. Well, what was weird, Milky Age, is there is a fascination with seeing the inside of a vagina. And I came across this dynamic when I was a plucky young whippersnapper of about the age of 15 or 16, when I was definitely not supposed to be in a sex shop and was definitely in a sex shop. And I saw a periscope dildo. It was like a dildo that had like a little mirror on one end, and then the dildo came out like this, and at the end of the dildo was like a lens and a light, so you could like just penetrate somebody and just have a look inside them, which actually probably felt a lot smoother than like a speculum. Do you know what I mean? Also, how you doing, Zeebs? How's it going? And thank you so much for the 100 pound rings. So I was like, okay, there's a fascination with the inside of a vagina, what that might look like and stuff like that. But it's been really, really picked up in hentai. There are a fair, I would even go so far as to say like a good 50-50 chance with a lot of hentai where they'll be doing all of the usual animation, sex, blah, 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 blah scenarios. And then every so often...
Panda to it, panda to it!
Hello Valen, hello chat.
Hello.
Don't cringe too much.
Oh god.
Not trying to pay no phantom tax just to vibe out. FR skibbity bop. I'm out here doing the most, but also low-key just trying to survive without turning into a whole meme. If you catch me mid-skibbity, just know it's peak energy and zero regrets. Stay weird, pay no tax, and keep that drip.
Yeah. That's so right, huh? Yeah. I mean, I do stay weird. I do actually have to pay tax. That's kind of a thing. But the drip, I kind of need to get rid of that because it gets crusty after a while, and nobody needs that. Nobody needs that in their life, right? Took me almost a month to get that right. Oh god. That's it. Now you are a linguist. All right. Pull out my Gen Z dictionary. Yeah. Aren't they Gen Alpha now or Gen Beta? Is it Gen Beta that are now the current youth or something? I got no fucking clue. Drip is style and fashion. Ah. I mean, to be fair, my earring is rather drip-like. My earring's rather drip-like, so I'll take it. You know? Internal pornography, what are they coming to? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, so in hentai, there is a fascination with, and I'd say it's probably a 50-50 chance if you ever watch hentai, it's whether it's like a personal arousal state of yours or just an interest, as it tends to be with me. Like they'll cut to like an internal thing where it's like, okay, you can see the overall picture of the people having sex, and then they're like cut to a little section down the bottom where you see the penis poking inside a tube or something, and it's just like, is this usually for the cum shot? Usually for the, like, they like zoom in for the cum shot and it's like, yeah, now you get to see what the bell end does in the middle of jizzy times. It's like, oh, okay. That's what they, okay, interesting. I don't get it myself. It's not something that grabs me, but we're not here to yuck somebody's yum. If that's your cup of tea, that's grand. As long as you do it between consenting adults, we're all good. We're all good, right? Are we meant to learn anything if we don't experiment? Exactly, Alexander Griffin. Exactly. How are we meant to know? All right? Because it might just be a phase. Oh, of course. Of course. Of course. If weren't doctors being pushy about the participants, I would have been incredible study. Honestly, Lucifer's Ace, it was a very, very interesting study because they still published the papers and stuff. They still did all of the research. They still did all of their usual scientific process. It was a very, very interesting study. And I know that Sembar linked it in the Not Safe Work session. Bear Boo, hello, you beautiful being. Could I please get a shout out for Bear Boo, please? Just open your stream. My mum heard every word and she's speechless. Hi, Bear Boo's mum. What can I say? There are things that can't be unseen. And I have usually seen most of them. I have usually seen most of them. Ladies and gentlemen, and all gents outside and between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders. Throw them at you. Well, also go check out Bear Boo. The raid is also for Aslan Shenanigans, but the Bear Boo shout out came out just before the raid did. All right? Okay? People, go and check out the glorious Bear Boo. They're glorious. They're wonderful. It seems that there's adverts on, so all of the raiders may have come straight into adverts. So I'll wait for the adverts to finish, and then I'll accost all of the raiders. But yeah, Bear Boo's a wonderful individual, plays a large variety of different games. They're happy-go-lucky scamp, very, very entertaining. You will giggle, you will laugh, you will have tears of joy. They're just wonderful. I appreciate them so much. Having to explain who you are, and all I had to say was condom, and you're like, oh, now I know. Yeah, I got you. It's good. People from my stream, go and check out the glorious Aslan Shenanigans, doing some Once Human. I don't know whether they can even hear me. Corrupted Wesker, hello you beautiful being. How you doing, you cheeky little devil? But go check them out. They're wonderful, they're glorious. They play a lot of different games, usually with the community. They play games with community members. So they've been playing some Ark, they played some Vampire the Masquerade, Blood Hunt. They play a large variety of different games that usually include members of the community and usually do multiple games per stream, as it were, you know? Thank you for the kind words. They're honest words. They are honest words, Bear Boo. That's all I know how to do. End of story. End of story. All right. But also, hi, Bear Boo's mum. Yeah, I live up to my my business card. Condoms as business cards for a sex educator. That's how isn't that perfect or make sense? I would have done the same if I was one. Yeah, 100%. Condoms for business cards. That is they're over there. Hold on. I'll get one because we've got new people in. These are my business cards. My business cards. Why are people getting so many fucking ads at the moment? I'm waiting for Aslan, and then I'll do the usual speech, the usual shenanigans, you know. Clearly my experimental buy phase hasn't ended in 15 years, but I should have come over at the same time. Honestly, Alexander Griffin, I've been in my buy phase for about 27 years now. I'm sure I'll get over it eventually. Aslan Shenanigans. I can't even speak, apparently. Welcome back, you beautiful being. Thank you so much for raiding over, you glorious individual. Typical of you to raid over literally just as the adverts hit. Bloody typical of that. Welcome back, you beautiful being. Thank you so much for bringing your beautiful people here. To all of you beautiful raiders, I'm assuming you all just come back from the adverts now. If you hung around for the adverts, because I fully understand if you go into a stream and you get hit by adverts, you might be like, yeah, I'm fucking out. But welcome on in. Two things you need to know about this channel. One, you're not allowed to apologize. Faux pas individuals, faux pas. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. Two, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. I've got to ask you to leave, for I am a colossal filth wizard. And don't be corrupting the ears of the young. No, 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 no. Is a sexy pic on the condom to help the person waiting for their partner to put the condom on? Yes. Yeah, the sexy pic on the condom is so that if you're ever in a position where you're like, oh, God, right, okay, well, I mean, I would always encourage enthusiastic consent, but I fully understand that there is some circumstances where you may feel you want to do something, but you're not enthusiastic about it. And this is to like help the enthusiasm. Do you know what I mean? It's to help the enthusiasm. You might be like, I suppose, you know, I do kind of feel a little bit horny, but oh God. And then you see a nice picture of me on the condom and you're like, oh no, now I am gagging for it. I am ready. I am ready. Make me airtight. I am so ready to be filled like a Gaviscon advert. Just fucking go for it. You know, that's what it's about. I like to call it a little my little help, my little bit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Use it as inspiration. Exactly, right? Exactly. What more do you need? What more do you need? So look at those ID checkers ask for a pic of your face and not your head. Might have gotten a very different picture. That is very true. Milky Age, hilariously, I don't know whether you've heard this, but hilariously, what is currently happening in the UK. So for those quick TLDR, for those people that don't know what's happening in the UK, pornography sites and any site that contains not safe for work stuff, so Wikipedia, Twitter, news sites, because you know a war is not safe for work, and of course like pornography and stuff like that, are all being held that you can't access them unless you provide identification or a face scan to prove that you're over the age of 18. Or you can get a VPN. Which I definitely don't encourage you to do, because that would be illegal for me to encourage you to bypass any circumstances like that. But I am saying that VPNs exist completely separately, unrelated by any stretch of imagination. But one of the trends that I don't encourage you to do, but is definitely being done by young people at the moment, is to search. People are searching their local MPs, their local members of parliament, which is the UK government. They're searching their local members of parliament, including our Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, taking their face, taking a picture, like a headshot picture of their face, putting it into an AI machine and getting AI to make a fake ID of that person. And then using that fake ID to access all of these websites. They said it's definitely not for data monitoring purposes, but they also said that they are going to be monitoring the data in like 6 months or so, and they're just going to find that every single MP in the country is an absolute porn addict, because they've all been signed up God knows how many times to get past to bypass all of this security and what have you. You know what I mean? I fucking love it. I would never encourage anyone to do it. Never. I would never encourage anyone to do it. However, I find it hilarious. I find it absolutely fucking hilarious that people who evidently don't know how the fucking internet works have decided to put something as stupid as age regulations on everything. And do you know what the thing, like, I can understand it on like pornography websites and stuff like that, the whole protect the kids, even though we all know that education protects kids better than any kind of this bullshit regulation will ever do. But anyway, but it's the fact that you can't access news websites, you can't access Wikipedia, you can't access Reddit, you can't access like places like literally parliamentary clips from parliament to do with politics, about the workings of the world and the stuff that's going on in the world at the moment is being restricted until you verify your age, because the news is no longer free in this country. You can no longer access the news just to get information. You have to verify yourself before you can get that information. It's bad. It is bad. I do not condone this behavior, but it does make me laugh. Exactly, Alexandra. 100%. My favorite is the Norman Reedus picks. People are using Death Stranding to get into Discord. Yeah. Death Stranding. They're also using... There's another one that's got like particularly realistic facial recognition. I think it might be Horizon Zero Dawn. they're using like the characters from Horizon Zero Dawn that are particularly like no, not Horizon Zero Dawn, the new one, Horizon Forbidden West, is it? With the ones that are like slightly more upgraded graphics, and it's like, yeah, this is a real person, and it's just like amazing. Love this so very much. Love it. Don't encourage you to do it, but I love it. But I love it. Oh my god, I love it. How you doing, Mr. Fox? How's it going? I think more studies need to be done about that for science, of course. Exactly. Honestly, Circuit Overlord, if I could, I would love to just fund sex science. I would love to get to a point in content creation where I'm making like an extra couple of thousand a month and just put it into sex science. Just like literally hire a scientist to just investigate shit. Just like, right, we're gonna look into this stuff. Let's go. You know? It's not going to happen because content creation is unstable as fuck, but I would love to do it. How are you doing, Zooty Booty? How's it going? This is a phase of never feeling sexually attractive to someone in my life is quite the long phase. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Lucifer's Ace. And I can only imagine how many people have either A, said they'll fix you, or B, said you're just trying to be difficult, or something along those lines, you know? You know? Apparently the article is not 100% TOS safe, even though they're medical. I'm sure they will complain about it. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Sam, but that's the reason why I haven't pulled it up. I assumed, like, I was gonna pull up the MRI scan of the image, but I was like, even then, I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's a thing that Twitch is okay with. So I'm not going to do it. I'd rather err on the side of caution, you know. Considering the vaginal canal muscles can push several pounds of child out, I'm actually not surprised. I'm thinking about the penis conforms to the canal, not the other way around. Yep. For sure. Late bloomer, yeah. Right, I'm whipping down a wee bit because I realized I'm fucking way behind in chat. Jesus Christ, I'm so fucking far behind in chat. As always, friends, if I have missed anything, please just copy and paste it into chat. You'll be grand. Ooh. Oop. Can't really delete it again. No, I understand that as in shenanigans. We're being very careful with the political talk today, and the mods are under strict instructions to delete anything to do with politics, unless I am specifically talking about it. So the deletion is 100% under my instructions because there is a lot of shit going on in politics at the moment. There's a lot of shit. No, it was that, I think, Sembar, that was me saying if I've missed something, then just repeat it into chat, and Aslan Shenanigans saying they can't repeat it because it'll be deleted again. But yeah, they're under very strict instructions at the moment, so the mods are absolutely doing what I'm telling them to do. But there is so much shit going on in politics at the moment that I don't want to open that can of worms. Do not want to open that can of worms. I don't have the capacity to open that can of worms at the moment, especially not today. Especially not today. But I did, again, as Sembar said, it's not that we don't agree with you, but we don't want to open that can today, you know. Harrigan, ladies and gentlemen, and all genders outside between, Harrigan has redeemed a praise the mods. Could we get a praise the mods in there, please? Could we throw some mod loves in the channel? You can use any kind of mod loves from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. Say a massive thank you to those wonderful moderators. Mods! As always, you exquisite beings, thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for all you do in and out of stream, all the stuff you do for me behind the scenes, and all the stuff you do for this wonderful community. I appreciate it. And thank you very much for understanding, Aslin. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. You're still edging the line like so without permission. Yeah, I'm doing my best. I'm like, yeah, we've got to pull it back. Because I could just go off on a rant, couldn't I, really? But I'm gonna be good. Have to open your face away from me and not immediately lose the mood. I see how it is. Finley. Rude. Quote, add Val and Vane, make me airtight. I am ready to be filled like a Gaviscon advert. What a quote. What a quote. Jesus Christ. I say some shit. Trying to think of the age where I realized that I liked both, even though I didn't know what it was. Couldn't be over 30 years old. I had, like, obviously it's easier to grow up heterosexual because that's what societal norms are. But in regards to, like, I always had a fascination for all people of all genders. If I was attracted to somebody, then I was attracted to them, you know? And it was just like, all right, that's a thing. But I'm obviously not attracted to them. I just think they look really, really cool. And they're like, I can see how they're super attractive to other people. Yeah. That's the, yeah. Would I like to touch their penis? Yeah, probably. I mean, oh, no, I wouldn't. No. God, no. That would be weird. Yeah, no. Can we get a close-up of the business card? Yeah. Get rid of the light glare off it there. Now on the back, it's just got like safety instructions. Well, safety instructions. Oh, I'm out of focus. Whoop. There we go. Because I don't want to be sued. That's the reason why the back is the way it is. Quote 36. But for some reason, I have a raging erection. One shot of jizz is approximately 96.6 antidepressant pills. My vibe for the day. On board it. Jesus Christ. Some of the shite I say. There was some very, very sketchy math that went on in there. Blindfolds seems safest is best. Rude. Malicious compliance. Exactly. I love a good bit of malicious compliance. There's a certain art to it for sure. Valen math. Oh god, don't even. Clever little shits, aren't they? They really are, Aslan. They really fucking are. The way that, and this is the thing that really gets me about how, like, fucking naive the whole regulation is in regards to, like, the 18 plus regulation that's going on in the UK. Is just, it's like all these old people are like, what we should do is we should put an 18 plus regulation on everything so we can collect everyone's data. I mean, protect the kids. And knowing full well that the kids have already thought of a million ways around it. I was one of those kids. When I was fucking 14 years old, I was like, I will find every way around every single thing. And I definitely don't do that now. Definitely not. I would never encourage anyone to work around the UK's current regulatory standards for making sure that you have photo ID and facial scan recognition in order to get into 18 plus websites. I definitely wouldn't, like, encourage you, but I will tell you about the fact that it's really easy to get around them. All you got to do is keep scrolling in Google. That's all you got to do. Type in porn into Google and keep scrolling. And you will find websites, because there's a variety of websites that are just like, I'm not getting involved. But we're not going to comply to the UK's compliances. We're just going to put ourselves out on the internet and we don't give a shit. And there are a whole load of websites that are just being sketchy about it and being real quiet about it. And yeah, it's just real fucking stupid. It's so short-sighted. I can guarantee it cost the country a fuck ton to get it implemented, knowing full well that it's just not going to work. I can guarantee that the devs that implemented the recognition, the ID recognition on all these websites, they knew it wasn't going to work. All it literally does is push people to sketchier and sketchier websites. It doesn't protect anybody. It actually does the complete opposite. If I was a 15-year-old kid, if I was like a 14, 15-year-old kid, knowing what I was like, and I'm talking about myself, I'm not talking about any actual children, I'm talking about myself. When I was 15, I did everything I could to see genitalia. I was fascinated by tits and genitalia. I wanted to see it all. I wanted to indulge in it all. I would find any way around it. In regards to finding ways around like they currently are doing, AI and all that jazz, I would have done all that stuff. I absolutely would have found, like, just kept scrolling until I would have spent 40 to 50 minutes just scrolling to find fucking websites that got my rocks off because I was a hormone-filled teenager. There is no way, shape, or form that teenagers in this day and age are any fucking different. And because of the way that it's all been implemented and stuff like that, it's not all of the heavily regulated websites like Pornhub, for example, that have legal requirements to make sure that all of that every single person that ever appears on Pornhub is over the age of 18, has identification to prove they are over the age of 18, has signed documents to say that they are consenting to everything involved in that. If they feature anybody else in it, they need to get consenting documents from those people as well, and identification documents to prove that all of these people are over the age of 18. They literally go well out of their way to do all of that stuff. They even have an entire section of Pornhub that is dedicated to education, is dedicated to sex education. Pornhub have had a variety of different controversies in the past, a lot of different issues, and I would even say they still have issues in regards to like some of the content that they put out there and stuff like that. Absolutely, 210%. However, the fact that they have these regulations in place means that nearly everybody that ever appears on Pornhub is going to be a consenting adult, and are doing so safely. By putting these regulations in place, all that they're doing is stopping people going to the safe websites, which means that more and more people are going to go and find more and more sketchy websites that don't have regulatory compliance and guarantees that people are over the age of 18, that they haven't been sex trafficked, that they aren't being assaulted, that they are consenting to all of this stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, no, a bit of a rant there, didn't I, friends? So, yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing. I think I'm preaching to the choir here, friends, but yeah, it boils my piss. It really fucking does. It boils my fucking piss. Just how naive and stupid it is, because it doesn't do any good. Anyway, are things like suicide prevention available or not? No. I've heard some mixed things about that. So one of the arguments that was put forward was they were trying to keep kids away from sites that promote suicide, but because of the way that it's all been thrown out there, like there's not really been any kind of like exceptions. So it wouldn't surprise me if suicide prevention sites have been caught up as sites that you need to be over the age of 18 to do it, to access it. Especially at the moment. Wouldn't surprise me at all. In fact, you know what? We can do a Google. Let's do it that way. Yep, suicide prevention sites have been impacted by the Online Safety Act. So the act that is literally designed to protect the kids stops the children from accessing websites that might stop them from killing themselves. We've said it before and we'll say it again. It's got fuck all to do with protecting the kids. It's got fuck all to do with protecting the kids. It never has had anything to do with protecting the kids. Also, like, the add on the Online Safety Act of royal approval in 2003. Took 2 years and changing in party to get it into effect. Old people putting in rules they don't fucking understand. Right, I'm gonna scroll by all of that stuff. How's it going, right, Alexa? Hello, you beautiful being. Welcome on in. Especially wiggly at the moment, yeah. Can be shaken up and left in the sun all day. Hope it opens, it's liable to explode and get messy. But best to let it rest for a bit. Just a little bit, you know. Just a little bit. Mystery Unsolved, how you doing? I learned new things about my attractions in the last year or two. Well, the thing is, Mystery Unsolved, that people's attractions and what you are attracted to will change as you change. The things that I am attracted to, the people that I am attracted to, the things about people that I am attracted to now as a 38-year-old man are massively different to what I was attracted to when I was a 19-year-old or a 14-year-old or even a 29-year-old. You know? Your attraction and the people you are attracted to massively change as time goes on, and that's okay. That is okay. You know. Also just checked, and Yorkshire Tea still hasn't responded to the flavor condom. Yeah, no, they definitely haven't. I don't think they will, Milky Pork. I don't think they will. If they haven't responded by now, they're not going to respond. They're not going to respond. You know. Fall is Street. There should be a Valen Math in there somewhere. Might be Valen Math 1. I think the original Valen Math was purged in the great purge of DMCA shit. Guarantee that 9% of the internet and tech things I learn are from kids posting tutorials. Oh god, yeah, 100%. 100%. Kids are really fucking... Well, they grow up with it, so they everything to do with technology, they're far more just intuitive to. You know? Oh, thanks, Semba. Nobody figured it out, but now you've told everyone. Exactly, nobody figured it out, but I mean, well, you know, I just let everybody know, you know, my bit of community service, you know. Many ways to do it, and they've picked a bad way. Oh, they've picked a fucking horrible way to do it. It's so stupid. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again. Do you know what? I will die on this fucking hill. I will die on this hill. If they genuinely cared about protecting the kids, they would educate them. I will die on that fucking hill. Anybody in the entire world who turns around and goes, but we need to protect the children. If you genuinely cared about protecting the kids, you would educate them. Whatever money you're putting into whatever fucking business idea or policy or whatever, you would put it into education. But they don't. They never fucking do. Definitely loophole finder. Don't use my skills. That's not a good thing to do most of the time, but my brain is coming up with loopholes constantly. Yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Don't click on any pop-ups. Yeah. Yeah, well, do you know what, Nibrin? I never really thought about that, but yeah, we're probably like regressing back into the age of the 1990s, where pop-ups would pop up every 2 seconds, and if you clicked on them, that was it. You were riddled with viruses. The online STIs. I had to on an Xbox, had the app on PCs, did it for my face and didn't recognize me as a human. That's fucking hilarious. Well, do you know what, Moo? I mean, as much as that is entertaining in and of itself, there are a lot of people out there that have, should we say, unconventional faces. For whatever reason. Maybe that's like some kind of birth defect, or a scar that they have received due to an injury, or something going on, or maybe piercings and tattoos across their face. Something going on with their face that makes their face less conventional. You know? Those people will not be able to... Like, they will have to use photo ID in order to get past them, past these boundaries, purely because the facial recognition won't accept them as a person, as it didn't do you. You know, and if it didn't do yourself as a person with a face, like, it, do you know what I mean? It's, yeah, It's yeah. Genitits or Titalia. I like Titalia. Feel so bad for the devs caught in the middle of this. It sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't hold it against them. They're just doing their jobs, aren't they? 100 duck-sized horses. Hello, you beautiful bean. How's it going, you cheeky little devil? Hello, you fuck. Hello, you fellow fuck. I love this. I love this kind of bond that you have together. How you doing, 100 ducks? Long time no see. Long time no see. So far, I use my face age to verify YouTube, OnlyFans, and CB. I don't know that one. No, that one's not ringing any bells. Don't like my face, but it's not a huge deal to me overall. That's fair. That's fair. Well, it's more about them collecting data. If they know your face, then they can track down who you are. If they know who you are, then they can see what you've been checking out. The more that they can see that you've been checking out. And let me be clear. Oh, fucking hell, I really don't want to get into this. So on subjects, let's toss this one out again. Yes, thank you very much, Sembar, for the exclamation mark help there. Really appreciate that. I kind of want to wind this conversation up because otherwise I will just fucking get off on one. How do I phrase this? The issue that I'm gonna, like, I am not going to do any of the facial IDs. Oh, right, yeah. No, fair face, SGB, yeah. Drop the line, please, Sembar. So anything after the line that Sembar's about to drop now. Oh, it hasn't popped up in the chat, but you see it in the chat. That is the line. Anything typed after that message, we'll move on to a different topic, okay? The issue that I have, and this is probably the closest we're gonna get to actual fucking politics, with all the facial recognition stuff. I will not do the facial recognition, and I will not do my photo ID for something like this. I will do it for stuff like YouTube payments to prove that I am a tax-paying citizen in the UK because I make money off YouTube. I will do it for Twitch because I make money off Twitch. I need to prove to them that I am a legal citizen of the United Kingdom in order to get paid. You know, that's kind of part and parcel of it. But when it comes to all of this stuff, it's not that I have any shame about what I choose to access. Fucking hell, my internet search history is questionable as fuck, mainly because of this fucking stream more than anything else. Do you know what I mean? But it's more down to the fact that the more data they have on me, the more unsafe I become. And that might seem like a really, really obscure thing. It's like, but Val, you don't do anything illegal. And that's true. I don't do anything illegal by any stretch of the imagination. Everything that I do in my life falls within the boundaries of the law at the moment. At the moment. And what I mean by that is it wasn't so long ago that they tried to ban aspects of BDSM. The kink community, face sitting. There are always so many people that are in power that are constantly fighting against sex educators, sex workers, like the events that I do. The more information they have about me on the internet regarding like my face scan and my ID and shit like that, the more likely I'm going to be putting myself at risk for future governments that may be even stricter, etc. You know? So, just putting that perspective in there. Rip Val's search history, yeah. That's the reason why I will not do it. And I am not going to judge anybody that does do it by any stretch of the imagination. Not going to do that. You are your own person, and it's your own ID and stuff like that. But for me personally, it's a massive risk. It's a massive, massive risk. If you look across the entire world, there's a lot of conservative ideals being pushed. And those conservative ideals would have me locked up in seconds. I have been to countries where my very, very existence is thing. And the classic example, there you go. If I access anything that is like, as a bisexual cisgender man, I access anything to do with like trans support, if I'm supporting a trans friend of mine, or I'm accessing anything to do with homosexual dynamics or homosexual pornography or what have you, those things can be held against me in certain conservative ideological, like, political states. Do you know what I mean? I don't want anybody having that data, because I don't trust, like, it's not the data I have an issue with, it's the people that have the data that I have an issue with. I don't trust any of these people are going to keep that data safe at all. And I'm a very, very open person, because I'll happily talk to any of you about being fucking made airtight and looking like a Gaviscon advert. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, yeah. Thank you very much, Tenbar, for throwing that in there. And that line in there. But that is, yeah, that's probably a good final thing to end it on. YouTube's doing the AI thing as well, isn't it? Where they're like, AI is going to dictate, like, determine how old you are. And I'm like, that's so easy to get by. That's so easy to get by. All right, scrolling down. Annie Geek, hello, you cheeky devil. Where's the descendant of Guy Fawkes when you need them? Oh, God. Guy Fawkes is such a weird dynamic. The celebration of somebody who failed. Entertainer, hello, you beautiful individual. My day has been particularly tumultuous, but streamers made things much easier. Much easier, thank you. But also, how dare you apologize? How dare you apologize to me, Entertainers? You found another streamer that you liked. Cool. Genuinely very glad for you. Now they're a pain in your ass. I'm genuinely, I'm gutted to hear that they're a pain in your ass, but also never apologize for going and seeing other streamers. I know that some streamers out there will get really fucking precious about it, and they're like, I haven't seen you in ages, why do you not come see me anymore, etc. like that. I am not that person by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not that person. If you go off and you find a new favorite streamer, I'm genuinely fucking happy for you, because I'm like, cool, you found somebody that you really gelled with, that you really meshed with. That's fucking excellent. People come in here and they really gel and they mesh with me, and I'm like, fucking yeah, mwah, perfect, love this. Love this. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you don't have to apologize for that. You don't have to apologize for that. You had a wonderful time. I hope that you had a great time while you were over there, you know? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know? Good lordy, lordy, ladies and gentlemen, and all gents outside and dream, delve deep into your bits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people going in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine who do they think they are? The absolute audacity, the scandal, the preposterousness. Good Lord. It is my dear friend. Hello, it's Cola. My dear friend. Hello, it's Cola.
Oh, you followed.
Good Lord.
Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful being. This wonderful human being who is now an NPC. I saw you were an NPC in TTRPG. That was exciting. That was very exciting. How cool was that? Friends, if you don't know Hello, it's Cola, look at this glorious bean. Wow, you doing Mafia Old Country? How are you finding Mafia? How are you finding Mafia, friends? What was going on in the Mafia lands? I have played one of the Mafia games and I bloody loved it. I bloody loved it. She's an NPC. Yeah, affectionate. In an affectionate term. It's really cool that she's an NPC in a TTRPG. Not just like, you're an NPC. In the way that the youth say it. We say it as like, well, I say it as a very old man. I'm like, wow, you're an NPC. You're a non-playable character available in a tabletop role-play game. My God. That's genuinely fantastic. Love this. Yes. Oh, God. Dream of being an NPC one day. That'd be wonderful. Wonderful. Yes. I'm honestly loving the story. Already identified the main quest line, becoming roommates with the beautiful lady. Roommates or... roommates. Yes, roommates. Okay. Exciting times. Hi, Carlo. How you doing? Exactly. Oh.
Yeah, you subscribed.
I got you.
Kind.
People, if you're new here, two things you need to know.
Penguin subscription time.
Purple
Baby
penguin.
penguin, baby penguin, baby penguin, baby penguin, baby penguin.
All of the baby penguins, all of them, they were roommates. I'm sure they were. Is there room for one more, perhaps? Just asking for a friend. That friend is me. I am that friend. That is the whole thing. That is the whole thing. Oh, dear me. Seems you're having a better day. I certainly am. I certainly am. People from my stream, go and check out Hello It's Kodo. Hello It's Kodo has one of the most adorable, glorious, wholesome communities that exists on Twitch. They are fantastic and spectacular. They play really wholesome games. They get really, really invested in the storyline. They play story games like nobody I have ever seen before, and they're just fucking great. Just bloody love them. Absolutely bloody love them. Friends, if you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. Yes. Don't like people apologizing for just existing here, okay? Watch yourself. Not even you Canadians, okay? 2, if you're under the age of 18, you may have guessed, if you're under the age of 18, I need to ask you to leave. The conversations that we have here are questionable at best. I'm a colossal filth wizard. I'm a sex educator. And we've been talking all kinds of stuff.
Little stalker.
We've been talking all kinds of things today. Real gritty things. Not gritty things, you know what I mean? You did one chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I know you always do, Colo, but I like to just double check. Oh, no, Colo, you're entirely right. The way that you one chat is probably the accurate way. Go do your thing, Colo. Thank you so much for bringing your beautiful people over here. It's probably a nice, accurate way of doing it. Just being like, just be aware, this guy, bit of a hazard. Whereas my other friends, I went to see Rocky Horror a couple of weeks ago. And I went with a friend of mine who I've known for years and years and years and years. And I went with his workmates. And I was like, so we're going with your work friends? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, are you sure you want me to go with you and your work friends? He's like, yeah, Val, you'll be grand, it'll be okay. And I was like, what have you told them? And he was like, oh, no, I've given them lots of warnings. I have told them that they are about to see things that they will remember for the rest of their life. And I'm not sure whether that's a good thing. Because just of the way that you are.
Hand it to my ego.
Judging by your
Hand
outfit,
it to it.
there you
Hand
go.
it to it.
Valentine Day, February 14 th, is sadly not today but is based on a burlesque superstition.
It's a raid.
In
Flee,
Hull,
flee.
though, it's not a Valentroll that forecasts either a good floor show or a pole dance, it's a big mirror.
A Paladins. This is a big mirror. Oh my lordy, ladies and gentlemen, all a second raid. Ladies and gentlemen, all genders outside between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders. Throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine? Who do they think they are? The absolute audacity, the scandal, the preposterousness. How very dare they? Val's camera plants, you beautiful being. Thank you so much for bringing all you beautiful people in here. How you doing? How's it going? What were you up to today? Tell me all about it. You cheeky devil. Also, while I'm here, Danny Leon. You beautiful being. I have inscribed your name upon the mirror of Vane. By having your name upon the mirror of Vane, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat. You doing some software game development? What kind of software game stuff? Tell me about the software game stuff. What is this software game stuff? Tell me stuff. What have you been developing, you delightful individual? We're making a PlayStation 1 type assets. For what? Tell me more. Tell me more. Like, give me details of nerddom. Also, yeah, Danny Leon, by having your name on the mirror of any means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy, ooh, yes, meow, you know? For the public at large, what is this? I make them for people, just got a bunch of asset packs from itch.io.
Subscribe.
For game developers use. That's amazing. Val's Camera Plan. I love this so much. I love this. If you would, you did itch.io and the and the bot was like, no, you can't do any kind of, you cannot do any of these things. By the way, all of those people from Colo's stream and from Val's Camera Plant's streams, if you need to disappear off, if you need to go grab a snaffly treat, go grab some kind of delightful beverage, please go do so. As much as I love your attention, okay, and I do love your attention, I really do. As much as I love your attention, I fully understand you got lives, and those lives have got to come first. Those lives have got to come first. All right? Do your thing. Let your body swing. Oh, Valen and chat at large. I'm starting a burlesque dance course next month. Huzzah! Have you got a burlesque name, Square Saffits? Have you got a burlesque name?
Ooh, little stalker.
Thank you so much for these follows, by the way, friends. I don't like to call people out just in case they're lurking. But you are all very welcome here, regardless. Regardless, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. What go? Yeah. What's? Tell me more. Oh my god. Oh my lord.
Kind.
Creep Pete's coming in as
Thanks,
well.
Follow me for my sub gift.
Most
Creep
kind.
5 love, creep 5 love, creep 5 love, creep 5 love. Thanks to Ateras Ptolemy for my sub gift. Creep
got
5
double.
love, creep 5 love, creep 5
Double
love,
trouble.
creep 5 love.
And Milky Pot gifting one to bum Snapchat. How you doing, Creep Pete's? Can I get a shout out for Creep Pete's as well? Friends of ours, go and check out Val's Camera Plant first and foremost, because they have been kind enough to raid over to us, and they're doing some fun and interesting and nerdy things. If you are a game developer or you enjoy that kind of dynamic, then you evidently want to be going over there and having a good time. And also go check out Creep Pete's. Creep Pete's is the goth extraordinaire. Even more gothy than me, and that says a lot, because I am a withered husk of a soul. I was born in monochrome. But I don't drink coffee in the dead of night from a cup shaped like a coffin. Coffin. Yeah, you've got to go for Creep Eats for that, you know. Your names have been inscribed upon the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, even though one of those people that have just been gifted a sub is called Snapchat. And of course, the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Ooh, yes, me. Yeah, you know? Yeah, now? Oh, my lordy. Oh, shit. It's fine. It's all right. It's balancing. It's okay. It's all right. We'll do that. It's fine. Been an audience member for 10 years, only a matter of time before I showed up on stage. Love to see it. As many of you are probably already aware, I've been doing cabarets. In fact, my cabaret, my baby, Ken, it's their 10-year anniversary next year. 2026 is the 10 years of Ken, which is bloody wild to me. When one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains the pure, higher planets of the greater sages. Text 15. When one dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activities. And when one dies in the mode of ignorance, he takes birth in the animal kingdom. That's a good rendering. I literally scanned the first phrase and was like, all right, we're going to go full drama. I like it. I think I am going to die in the realms of debauchery. How will I be birthed? What happens if you die in the realms of debauchery? What happens then? Tell me more. Oh dear. How's everyone doing today? I've had a really rough day, if I'm honest with you, Creep Eats. I was 98% sure that I was going to cancel stream tonight. And then I was like 2% where I was like, just press go live. We can't all have good days. Just press go live. And I pressed go live, and I'm very, very glad that I did. Very, very glad that I did. Because chat have cheered me up no end. I need more water. But that's all right. I can wait. But yeah, doing all right. How are you doing, Creep Eats? How's it going? I broke Valen's patty. You did. I was right in the mood there as well. Going for it. Having a wonderful time. Is that how I become a real penguin? Yes, definitely. Bonobop? What is Bonobop? Well, I'm not judging. Probably why. You don't. To be fair, you can probably judge based on everything that's going on here. What I'm wearing, the room that I sit myself in. It's quite easy to judge me and judge correctly, to be honest with you. It's like, that guy looks like A particularly interesting sex pest. Yes, yes. Though I'd like to think that I present the sex pest that is like fun and interesting and consensual, as opposed to just a creepy guy. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And those are external things, they are, but I'm also very shallow, so they're very good at covering what I am all about as well. It does very well on many levels. People look at this shit and go, ooh, it looks like Prince Fuck the Moulin Rouge. And I'm like, hello, how you doing? They're like, oh no, the guy is kind of like Prince Fuck the Moulin Rouge. Okay, all right, there we go. That's all right. That's the whole thing. See what's going on there. See what's going on there. Van dying of a coitally induced heart attack. I'm game for it. Absolutely. The only reason that I would be upset by that is because the other person and or persons having to deal with that. I feel like that's something that would, like, I wouldn't want to die mid-coitus, because I feel like that would be a horrible thing to try and get over. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But other than that, fucking game on. I would die mid-masturb. How's that? Do you use OBS for stream? I do. Yes. I do. I used to use Streamlabs, but then I don't like them as a company, so I moved over to OBS. And honestly, I think OBS is the better system. Streamlabs is very, very user-friendly. Very user-friendly. So if you, like, I would always recommend, well, before they were morally questionable, in my personal opinion, and therefore cannot be sued for slander, I would used to always recommend Streamlabs for beginners. And then when you get to grips with things and you start understanding how things work and stuff like that, move over to OBS. But yeah, I use OBS. Those are external things. I'd like my external things. Cheerily, that's wonderful to hear. I actually feel the same. That I would wake up shitty as fuck because of some personal things happening last week, but I don't know what switch I flipped, and I'm like, okay, chin up, time to take care of yourself and keep going. Yep. Yeah, that's all we can do. That is all we can do, Creepies. Understand, like, we are all permitted to have shit times. Even I, as a capital hedonist, somebody who literally lives life for pleasure, will definitely have my shit days, and that's okay. And the great thing about the shit days is the shit days give us perspective. Because you can never truly appreciate a good day unless you've experienced a shit day. So the shit days, every time I'm like, you know, this is a shit day, I'm like, it's okay. Because this will make all of the good days feel even better. You know? Yes. Be the horny apes. Animals have a lot of sex. Some of them do, yes. Sex is natural. To some degree. Sex is, no, I'd say sex is natural, full stop. Sex is 100% natural. All types of sex. Possibly not BDSM, but that's not really sex. Sex is an aspect of BDSM. But like sex in general, 100%. For those people that don't know, I'm a sex educator. How you doing? How's it going? I teach people about sex, and I research sex, and I talk about sex all the time. But yeah, like every type of sexual attraction that exists in human beings exists in the animal kingdom. Throughout the animal kingdom, across all species. For better and worse. Obi-Wan has a beautiful voice. Hello there. I couldn't imagine them doing something a bit more filthy, though. You know? Or even menacing. Like, I don't think I could ever take Obi-Wan Kenobi as a menacing individual. Do you know what I mean? Google the Dice Debauchery question, and it's boringly vague. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Gothic Chaos, how you doing, you beautiful being? Welcome on in. Dead Escapes, hello. Someone dying on you mid-coitus is either going to be really traumatic or massive ego boost. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't mind if some... Well, I say I wouldn't mind. I would be more okay with it if somebody did it with me. If I had a loved one and physical love was a big part of our relationship and what have you, and they did it on that, I'd be like, yeah, you died as you went out as you like lived your life. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, on board that. Alec Wallace, hello, you beautiful being. Welcome on in, you cheeky little devil, you. How you doing? How's it going? What is night? For all beings is the time of awakening for the self-controlled. And the time of awakening for all beings is the night for the introspective sage. Where are you getting all these quotes from, by the way? Anti-material world. The horrors persist, but I am here. That's the phrase that a lot of people use. The horror persists, but so do I. I am also persisting, yes. Drag me out a lurk for this. Animals are kinky, maybe even more so than humans. Interesting. I don't know of this. I can imagine dolphins being that way.
Little stalker.
I can imagine dolphins being that way. They're pretty sex pesty. But humans have the ability to think more too. Well, it depends on what you consider to be. I mean, I know an awful lot of humans that don't think very much. And then you also get stuff like India, for example. In India, they have categorized dolphins as non-human persons. Therefore, dolphins have the same rights, like legal rights in India, as human beings do. Obviously, they can't represent themselves in a court of law, but they've got like extra rights that recognize their intellect and raise them above other members of the animal kingdom, as it were. I think there's somewhere in the world where octopus is the same, if I remember correctly. But yeah, might not be the case. I think somebody was potentially there was a petition to make an octopus into a non-human person, but yeah, different dynamic. As for whether dolphins have existential crisis, that's another question entirely. That is another question entirely. How's it going, Alexander Davenport? Thank you so much for those little panderings, you cheeky devil. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Dolphins are literally one of the worst kinky mofos. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. Anyone else chuckle when you see ads for Viagra and it tells you to consult your doctor? If I'm taking Viagra, it's not a doctor I'm consulting. I mean, depends. It depends. Imagine dropping your pants and he looks between your legs and goes, hello there. Would that make it better or worse? Or infinitely worse? Infinitely worse. But then saying that, if Obi-Wan Kenobi was getting down and dirty with me, I'd be going, whom, whum, 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 whum. Quick, get the glow in the dark ones. You know, just casual stuff. Casual stuff. We've done way worse to other animals. Yeah. Doing good. Waiting in the airport to head back from the convention. Huzzah! Was it a good convention, Alec? Did you have fun? Was it great? Was it great? Was it wonderful? Did you see lots of people? Did you make lots of new friends? That's my hobby sometimes, especially when I haven't seen it in a while. That's fair. Hello there. Tell me sweet nothings, darling. Sweet nothings. Sweet nothings. What are sweet nothings? Are they inane ramblings about how beautiful somebody is that don't actually mean anything but happen to be there? Because I don't. You deserve better than that, Alexander Davenport. You deserve sweet somethings, not sweet nothings. You want sweet somethings. All of those wonderful things, that little tidbits, little compliments, little somethings in your ear, but at the same time they mean something. You know. The guy who played Obi-Wan was the same gentleman who played the main guy from Moulin Rouge. That is true. That is very, very true. What's his fucking name? Ewan McGregor. Fucking, his entire name just disappeared from my brain then. Yeah, Ewan McGregor, he did, yeah. Moulin Rouge was a weird film. I remember watching the Moulin Rouge and loving it. Absolutely loving it. Thinking, my God, what an amazing movie. What a fantastic... I love the style. I love the aesthetic. I love the debonair nature, the bohemian style. I love the over-the-top hedonism in so many ways, shapes, and forms, and such a beautiful, beautiful story, I thought. And then we watched it a couple of years ago as a community. We watched it like as like a little movie night in the community, and it hits different. It hits different. I remember watching it being like, fucking hell, like, Ewan McGregor's character is a very unstable, jealous, possessive man. Horrifically toxic. Horrifically toxic. Like, fucking hell. I don't remember this bit. You know. Evidently learnt a lot more since the first time I watched it. Do you want me to elaborate? What about the animal kingdom being kinky? No, I'm gonna say no, Lucifer's Ace. Purely because I would like to. I don't know in regards of terms of service how there's a little bit of an unknown territory for me there that I don't want to delve too deeply into. Not that I'm not interested, but I am like, terms of service, especially what's going on with payment processing providers at the moment and the censorship over OnlyFans, Fansly, and Steam and itch.io and stuff. I just wanna hedge the old bets. Hedge the old bets there a little bit, you know what I mean? Almost got stopped at security. I have a lot of new fun toys and they ask questions about. Oh, okay. All right. What kind of toys? What kind of... Oh, you don't have to tell us. If you don't want to share your toys, you don't have to. It was awesome. Learned a lot. Unintentionally corrupted people. Love this. Love unintentional corruptions. And have a new project to make some smart clothes. When you say smart clothes, Alec, do you mean particularly well presented clothes, or do you mean technologically smart clothes? These are the questions. That's some SpongeBob shit. Those quotes are from Indian scripture. Do you read the Kama Sutra? I have read various different Western interpretations of the Kama Sutra. I have yet to find an accurate English translation of the Kama Sutra. Most of the times when you find a book in the Western world that is the Kama Sutra, it's normally some people trying to give sex advice, or like even sex educators or sex therapists or what have you, giving sex advice and also including certain elements from the Kama Sutra. It is like, I have yet to find a single one that is like literally the Kama Sutra just translated to English. And if anybody has it, if anybody knows where you can get it, please let me know. I would absolutely lap that shit up. Because I have been looking for years. That and the Perfumed Garden. That's the other one I'm looking for. Go, internet. People of the internet, go forth. Find me these books. That's hilariously kind of cool, right? The Victorians and the Edwardians were horrified by penguin sex habits. That doesn't surprise me. They're horrified by most things. They were horrified by human sex habits, to be honest with you, down early on. Of course, you know that. Red Bean Bitter Cream. Hello, you beautiful bean. How's it going? Overall, I've been all right, thank you. Overall, I've been okay. I've had a real rough day today, but that's okay. That's all right. Had a great morning. Fantastic morning. Just the afternoon was just like, oh my fucking god. Why am I not able to concentrate on anything ever? You know? My question is, which Obi-Wan Kenobi is hotter? The one from the original Star Wars or the one from the new one? Good question. Good question. Same dude, is it not? I jest. Glow in the dark condoms are a must if playing with Obi-Wan. Absolutely. Facts. And if you are a person with a penis, or you are in a relationship with a person with a penis, and you haven't bought glow in the dark condoms and used them as lightsabers, there's something desperately wrong. Okay? Something desperately wrong. Okay? End of story. Sweet nothings to my understanding are mildly insincere compliments. Yeah, exactly. Alexander Davenport deserves sincere compliments. Absolutely. Love to play Dick Sword with a glowing condom bucket list, right? Or just what, an actual sword fight? Sword fight? A lightsaber battle? Mm-hmm. Watch the trilogy? What of thing? I've seen all of the Star Wars movies. And I have enjoyed 4 of them. I was lucky enough to meet him when he filmed Little Voice. He's so lovely. Oh, I love that. Everything I always saw, because I watched what was the documentary series he did? Or the vlog series he did? The Long Way Round. I watched that with my dad many years ago, and he always seemed like a genuinely really nice person. OG Obi-Wan Kenobi was Alec Guinness. Yes. Thank you very much, Stupedia, for filling us in with that information. It was awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah, Smart Clothes. That was it. Yeah. Original for me. Yeah. Super cute for an old man. Have to rewatch it again. It's been a while. Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with that. Revisiting old classics. I was in the shower. How's it going, Kiara? How you doing? In the shower, and all I heard was Ewan McGregor and Toxic, and I knew we were talking about Moulin Rouge. Yeah. It's bad. It hits different when you understand perspective. But you know what? It's really interesting. We're going to be playing Date Everything tomorrow. But there's a character in Date Everything that is particularly manipulative. And the way that they go on and the way they go about things is pretty fucking horrible. But when that happened in our playthrough, I think it was like the second session we had with it, people from the community were asking, it was like, oh, what's manipulative about this? No, like just not catching the clues, as it were. And I feel like that was me with Ewan McGregor in the Moulin Rouge. The first time I watched it, I just didn't pick up on all of the cues that were like, here's a red flag. Oh, look, another red flag. Look at all these red flags. Oh God. And I was like, oh my God, what a romantic story. And now going back as like a 38-year-old man. Well, it was a couple of years ago. So 36-year-old man watching it and being like, there's a lot of red flags here. There's a lot of red flags. Here's sinister music as well, isn't it? What's going on here? That's over now. Just sinister music. Sinister synthwave music. Any chance of Move Nights returning? I enjoyed those. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing another one. I think it'll have to be an as and when scenario as opposed to me just committing to things just because life is chaotic. Life is chaotic. I wouldn't say Ewan McGregor was toxic, but I couldn't handle his emotions around being in a relationship, but couldn't handle his emotions. Yeah, that's what made him toxic, in my opinion, Authenticator, was the fact that he was horrifically possessive. And because of the fact that he had... There were various parts, having rewatched it, where I was like, you don't care about her as a person. You love the idea of being with her, but actually... you don't really care. And she just absolutely folded with it. She was just like, yeah, I'm here because this is the first guy that's taught me, treated me like a person as opposed to an object. So I can understand why she fell for him. But there was quite a few times where I was like, A, you knew what you were fucking getting into. B, she is not an object. You don't get to treat her like this. And C, grow up. Just fucking grow up. They are hacking Red Team toys. Ooh, I don't know what that means, Alec Wallace. But I am not in that world. But that sounds very exciting. Yeah, sounds very, very exciting. No worries, I was going to keep it as PG as possible. I completely get it. If you're interested, look up Rabbits. They are very interesting animals. I will. Lucifer's Ace. Thank you very much. I'm intrigued. Look at when he was younger. He's handsome. Alec Guinness. Yeah? Excuse me. Originally, the Kama Sutra is meant for people to use sex for self-realization. but I know some people that will get back to you if you find a good version. Honestly, if you can find me a good version, a good English translation of the original Kama Sutra, because I know it was all about enlightenment and experiencing like next stages of spirituality. It's kind of like tantric sex in that regard. It's like the spiritual nature of sexuality between a couple, etc. In that regard, yeah, but just purely for my own curiosity. Purely for my own curiosity. As I said, sex educator, fascinated by the entire subject. So yeah, if you know where I could get a copy, game on. I'd love that. Absolutely fucking love that. If you find a good version, I want to know. I'll let everyone know, to be honest with you. It's fun to live with that ADHD. Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing. Technologically smart clothes. My daughter goes non-verbal and has trouble with people trying to get her to tell them what's wrong. So after discussing with other creators and researchers, I'm going to make clothes with a screen that can show the mood of the person when they are the wearer. Pressing on the buttons. That's really cool, Alec. I've seen the badges that you can get. They're normally like a cloud badge, and it's got like a gradient, like a rainbow gradient on it, and you've got like a little thing that you can move, like a little pointer that you can move across the gradient badge to say whether you're in a good place or a bad place. That they're really, really cool, but that seems like you're taking it to the next level with that. That's really cool. Use glow in the dark condoms. Where's my actual lightsaber going? I mean Baz Luhrmann, Strictly Ballroom, Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge. What was that in reference to, Authentica? I've forgotten the context, I'm afraid. Long way around, long way down, and I'm sure there was a third one. We currently is, or just finished filming another one too. Oh, cool. I love that. I love it when actors go off and like do something a little bit different, you know. Needs to get glow in the dark condoms now. Hubby has a lightsaber, and I'm going to challenge him to a duel. Tell him may the Schwartz be with you. Love that. Love this. Yeah, do a slow spin. Oh, I should have done a slow spin with the Sinners music. Oh, damn it, Nibirin. You're so right. Baz Luhrmann's signature style is style over substance. Oh, is they the director? Okay, yeah. Fine at first until the style begins to wane thin, and then you watch his movie a second time round. Yeah, I definitely picked up a lot more and was just like, ooh, well, I don't feel comfortable with this. I just ended up feeling ridiculously sorry for the leading lady. Can't remember her name now, but yeah, Roxanne. That one. Giving evil, smutty vamp daddy vibes. Oh, lordy. Can work with that. Never seen the Moulin Rouge. It's worth a watch. It is a love story at the end of the day. It's a musical love story and it's kind of like, I suppose it is kind of like a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, isn't it? It's like two different people from two different worlds that shouldn't fall in love, but they do, and tragedy strikes. And it is beautiful, but viewing it from where I'm at currently in life, it hit different. But then saying that, as many of you may have seen, I recently watched the sequel to Rocky Horror Picture Show, Shock Treatment, and that hit different. I saw it when I was a teenager and was like, this is fucking shite. And then I watched it last week. And released a YouTube video of my review of it that's available on the Thurston Vanity YouTube channel. And it hits different. It's different in this day and age. It's different in 2025 compared to what it was when I first saw it. Oh. Yeah. Thank you very much, Nibrin. Yeah, if you want to check it out, you're welcome to do so. Go subscribe to my Thurston Vanity channel. It costs you nothing. Watcher wants to get into the style. Watched it again to see it through and see the problems with the movie. Yeah. We've all seen one Baz Luhrmann movie in our lives, specifically Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, I remember watching Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio. And do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what? How's it going, Night Wanderer? I will give... It's a retelling of Pretty Woman, Moulin Rouge's. Romeo and Juliet is from the same world, same social cues. Yeah. The Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio is possibly one of the most accurate depictions of Romeo and Juliet as per text. They get more of the actual Shakespearean text into that iteration of that movie than pretty much any other movie of Romeo and Juliet that exists outside of televised like stage shows. Was it ridiculous with the guns that they called swords? Yeah, but in regards to like actual like text, it was pretty on it. Pretty on it. I ain't seen it in fucking years, but it was pretty on it. Once I get home, I will present pictures with brief description. Yes, please do, Alec Wallace. Stick them in the dick sword. We want to see. I want to see all your delightful little goodies. I just need a shirt with one emotional state. I'm pissed off and I don't want to talk. That's fair. There will be new vanity merchandise that's going to be It's a Bloody Monday. It's a Bloody Tuesday. Pick one, whichever day of the week you struggle with the most. It's a Bloody Tuesday. Azarith? Is that how you pronounce your name? Please let me know if I've pronounced that wrong. There's actually an excellent book called The History of the Kama Sutra that discusses why it wound up being more about sex versus enlightenment. It's a rather good read if anyone's into that sort of thing. I am absolutely into that sort of thing. I am absolutely into that sort of thing. Do you know who authored it? The History of the... Because I feel like that is going to be one of those books that... One of those titles that many people use. Yeah, it's coming up with at least 8 books already. A Complete Idiot's Guide to the Kama Sutra. I don't think that's it. The Irish Kama Sutra. The Complete Guide to the Kama Sutra. The Art of the Kama Sutra. The Little Book of Kama Sutra. There's got 2 camels on the front of it. Authored by James McConaughey. James... Spell in there right. McConaughey. The Story of the Kama Sutra. Book of Love, The Story of the Kama Sutra. Ooh. 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 You got me excited now. That's going straight on my wish list. Okay, add to basket. I'll deal with it later. Ooh. Thank you very much. You made me so excited then. I started sounding like a chimpanzee. That was how excited I got. Oh, there you go. There's a level of excitement very few people get to see from me. All right. Full Kama Sutra is probably not real right now, but this one seems like a good version. Kama Sutra translated by Wendy Doniger. Mouse work. I have got Kama Sutra books to get. Ooh, okay. Well, my library's growing. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. You ever seen some hoodies that have creatures, sharks, dinosaurs, etc. to symbolize moods for them to point to as well? I just think it could be a lot clearer. Often the option be more geared to an individual style. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Honestly, very, very cool idea. Very, very cool idea. I really like it. This one's a long way home. Oh, is that the latest Ewan McGregor one? Yeah. Moulin Rouge is part of a trilogy. When you say part of a trilogy, as in there's other ones after it, or as in, is it like part of a trilogy in the same way that like Shaun of the Dead, The World's End, and Hot Fuzz are a trilogy, whereas they're not related in any way, shape, or form apart from the fact they've got the same cast? Or is it like an actual story that they're all related to and in? You're doing good, Night Wanderer. I'm glad to hear it. I've had a really rough day, but stream has perked me right up. Stream has perked me right up. I am having a much better time of things. Thank you very much. It's been one of those days, you know, where you just get caught up in your own brain and you're just like, stuff, things, grr. Yeah, it's been one of those days. Love the Leonardo DiCaprio, Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. Yes, but also most of the actors seem like they don't know what they're saying. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think there is definitely something to be said for the actors saying what lines that they don't fully understand themselves. Absolutely. There's also a famous Muslim love story, Layla and is it Majnun? I don't want to mispronounce things probably, but I guarantee I am doing. Moulin Rouge 2001 was a remake of Moulin Rouge 1952, while Pretty Woman 1990 was based on the song Pretty Woman 1964. Okay. It's all news to me. Learning. 100% would recommend. Fantastic. Thank you very much for recommending that, by the way, Asasis. I appreciate that. Asarith, excuse me. Authored, you mean written? I mean translated. Because the Kama Sutra was a centuries-old book. What I was trying to say is the trope of man falls for sex worker, tries to save her. Oh, tries to save her. Yeah. Now we know Valen man noises. There is my man noises. It's so true. No, it's kind of funny that there are two other Moulin Rouge movies that predate the 1952 version, though they are both about or in the actual theater. That's really cool. I like that. I've still never been to the Moulin Rouge, but I would totally go. Maybe I'll do a vlog sometime where I do a little jaunt out to Europe, go to Moulin Rouge and visit friends and stuff. Take my big old camera with me. Val will soon have a bookshelf just to the Kama Sutra related. To be honest with you, I reckon there's probably enough books out there that you could do that, you know? I reckon there are enough versions of the Kama Sutra out there for sure. The other one was the Perfumed Garden. I can't remember where that's from off the top of my head, but that was the other one that stuck out of my brain as something that I need to have at some stage, you know? Those kinds of days. Glad you've streamed yourself out of the roughness. Yeah. I very nearly cancelled stream and I was like, no, just press go live. Fucking do it, get it done. And I did, and I got it done, you know? Exploring dance, language, and music in his 3 film projects. Interesting, okay. Strataghosty, hello you beautiful being. How's it going? It took me a minute to work out how to pronounce your name there, but we're good. I'm a fan of the background music. Maybe I have the song name. I can give you a link to the whole thing because it's actually a 12-hour synthwave. It's like a royalty-free 12-hour synthwave playlist. But that link that I've just jumped into chat there is like it, and we're currently 10 hours and 15 minutes into it. So if you are looking for a timestamp, 10 hours and 15 minutes into the playlist, and that's where I don't know what the actual songs and stuff are, but yeah, it's there. Have you guys ever seen Leonardo DiCaprio's version of Romeo and Juliet? Yes. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, Radio Bombastic. Yeah. It's very accurate scripturally, but as Alexander Griffin said, many of the actors don't seem to know what they're saying, or don't come across like they understand what they're saying. You've done the Moulin Rouge once. It was fun. As in, been to see the show, been to the building, done the performance of it. Well, what do you mean, Alexander Griffin? Because with you, it could have been any of the above. Pretty sure anyone that's been to high school after 2000s has. No, I think I saw them. Did I see it in school? I might have seen it in school. Might have seen it in school. Although saying that, my school was a bit earlier than that. So, the Indian sex educator I tagged you in TikTok is writing a book. As soon as I know the publisher, yeah, please do, Thorny Cat, because they're amazing. They're absolutely fantastic. I really enjoy their stuff. I really enjoy their stuff. Just Ghosty is fine. Thank you. No worries, Ghosty. Got you. I do listen to a fair amount of like royalty-free synthwave because I just find it's really nice to just have on in the background. Just kill some of the dead space, the dead air, you know, when I'm trying to catch up with chat. But yeah, the stream was 10 hours already. Time flies. No, I just have it always on in the background, and it kind of as soon as I click on the tab, it just starts again. What is this? Excuse me 2 seconds. Oh, cool. Cool. You've been to the show, Alexander Griffin? Yeah. Longer than Star Wars, yeah. I've been to the actual burlesque show in Paris. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. It would be interesting for those people that don't know. I run cabarets. That's one of the many things that I do. I host and run cabarets. So it'd be really interesting to see it and see how it is in comparison to the cabarets that we run and that I see over here in the UK. Be intrigued by that. Never saw it in school. No. It's a tourist site in Paris that includes a show. Yeah. It's definitely not what it used to be by any stretch of imagination. Absolutely, especially since that movie, since the 90s movie or what have you. That movie will have absolutely turned it more into a tourist trap than anything else. I forgot there's now a Broadway play of it. Oh, really? That's interesting. Doesn't surprise me though. Doesn't surprise me. Very easily adaptable to the play, to the stage for sure. You watch all of them, that might be equal. Well, all the trilogy. It's going to walk past the quote, anytime a movie is over 2 hours and 2 minutes. Oh, anything over 2 hours and 2 minutes is just, it's 5 hours. 5 hours long. 2 hours and 2 minutes, 5 hours long. Too late. Done and done. Done and done. And with that, friends, I've caught up with chat. But that's good because I'm 3.5 hours in stream, and tomorrow I'm doing 2 streams. I'm literally doing my daytime stream, our normal daytime stream of 1 p.m. till like 6 p.m. of day everything. Then I'm gonna go get some food, and then we're coming back at 8 p.m. to do a Thirsty Work episode. For those people that don't know, I used to run a podcast called Thirsty Work, but tomorrow I have the great honor of interviewing Elizabeth Splain, the author, and Scarlett Riviera, who is, or certainly was, a sex worker. And the story, Elizabeth Splain has written Pleasure to Purpose, which is the story of Scarlett and Scarlett's life as a sex worker. And it has been a fascinating read. It's been a really interesting novel to read. And they sent me a free copy, which I was very grateful for. And I completed it a couple of weeks ago, and then sort of went through like a very quick glance through to get all my notes and stuff together. But tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. BST, 8 p.m. British time, we will be here on twitch.tv/ViolentVein doing the Thirsty Work podcast. The whole thing will last about an hour long, and then we'll do like a 30-minute Q&A afterwards. In case any of you wanted to ask questions, you know, you'll be able to use your channel points to ask questions, and I will filter those questions to most appropriate ones and stuff like that. If you would like to ask either Elizabeth or Scarlett questions, you are welcome to do so. I'm very, very excited about this. It's going to be a good one. I'm very much looking. 2 streams? Is this legal? I know. Bringing out Thirsty Work, re-raising Thirsty Work for a one-off. You know, Small Bearsy, hello, you beautiful bean. My partner took me to a Broadway show a couple of years ago, and wow, it was spectacular, depressing, but gorgeous. Though modern music remixes were not my thing. Yeah, well, it's not even modern these days, Small Percy. They are old remixes. Old remixes now, you know. I think it's illegal in every country except Burundi, which is obviously where I live. Obviously where I live. Don't live anywhere else, just Burundi, you know. Right? But friends, that's where we're going to leave our cheeky little stream today. However, as always, we are going to go raid somebody. We're going to go throw some love at another delightful individual, and I would very, very much appreciate if you could stick around for that raid. I realize it's late, but if you can stick around, even if it's only like 5-10 minutes, I would really, 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 really appreciate it, just to go throw some love at another delightful individual, because that's what I love to do. That's what I love to do. Friends, before we go anywhere, though, could you please throw out some mod loves in the channel? You can use any kind of mod loves from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. Say a massive thank you to those wonderful moderators. Mods! Thank you very much for being here. Thanks very much for all you do in and out of stream, all the stuff you do for me behind the scenes, and all the stuff you do for this wonderful, wonderful community. I really, really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. Let me have a look at who we can go throw some love at. We could go see this delightful bean. They're chaotic as shit. Or we could go see this person. How long has this person been on for? We haven't seen them in a while. Do you know what? No, we're doing this. We're doing this. Friends, if you are a subscriber, please copy and paste. Oh my god, there's so many raid messages. If you're a subscriber, please copy and paste the raid messages that include my emotes. If you are not a subscriber, you can please copy and paste the raid messages that don't include my emotes. Thank you so much, Wandering Cribble, you beautiful bean. I appreciate your face. Appreciate you. I hope you're settling in really nicely as well, you glorious bean. Let me spell their name right. Cool. Friends, if you can stick around for the raid, even if it's only like 5-10 minutes, I really, really appreciate it. We're going to go throw some love at a glorious, glorious bean who is chaotic as shit and puts a smile on my face, because they do. Also because they're doing fun and interesting things today. To do with baked beans. That's all I'm going to give you. That's all I'm going to give you. Friends, we're going to go see Raven Alternative. We're going to go see Raven Alternative. Raven's a wonderful, wonderful individual. Gothic styled extraordinaire, although they are not a goth themselves. And their streams are chaotic as shit, but that's what we like to see. That is what we like to see. Friends, if you can stick around, I really, really appreciate it. Fuck me, there's loads of you in here, friends. Good lord. Look at you all. Thank you so much for being here, friends. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it, especially today. Especially today, you beautiful beans. Friends, thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for the raids, the subs, the gift subs, all the cheeky little bitties. Thanks so much for the donations. Thanks so much for the follows. Thanks so much for hanging out and chatting with me. To all you beautiful people that have been lurking, I really appreciate you spending your time listening to my inane bullshit. Thank you so much for all those people who are watching the VOD on the VODs and Vanity channel. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to my inane bullshit. And again, thank you so much for all the deep and interesting and peculiar and bizarre conversations. I really, really appreciate you. Glorious, glorious beans, you. Friends, I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. BST and 8 p.m. BST. And don't forget, on Wednesday, we're also going to be playing a brand new game as a one-off thing just this Wednesday. All right? Until tomorrow, you cheeky little levels, don't do anything I wouldn't do, because if I wouldn't do it, it'll fucking kill you. All right, I'll see you all later. Bye.